Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. It's Sunday, guys. Sunday. As Razor Gamer says. What's up, guys? It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you. Yeah, guys, today we're going to talk about false accusations. Okay? So if anyone has a story that they want to share, guys, go ahead because it's the day. Guys, we're going to talk about Trevor Bauer. We're going to talk about Araiza. We're going to talk about a lot of these cases, man, because they're happening more and more and more. And this is BS, guys. And people go, false accusations never happen. They never happen ever. They happen all the time. Okay? Clown world. Absolute clown world, guys. And guys, Trevor Bauer actually has a YouTube channel. And he's been documenting all of this. So we're gonna start with the Trevor Bauer case. Okay. And yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. It really is that he had to go through all this crap. Now, guys, I'm not a big baseball fan. You know, I'm from Seattle, so I watch the Mariners. And I live in the DMV now, so I watch a lot of the Orioles games, right? But I don't go like running for baseball, okay? I can go to the games, but watching them on television is literally like watching paint dry, okay? Guys, let's just start out here. Look, so this is explaining the accusations, okay? Trevor Bauer, essay, allegations explained. Dodger pitcher suspended 2 years by Major League Baseball. Okay, so this is from 2022. Doug, MPA's in the house. What's going on, man? Look at this. An independent arbiter has reduced this suspension to 194 games and announced that he'll be reinstated immediately. So this just happened. There was just an update recently. So he's eligible to come back to the league. After months of investigation, the SA claims Major League Baseball has suspended him for 324 games. That's 2 full seasons. Clown world. And guys, one of the things is there wasn't enough evidence to do a criminal trial. But of course she tried to do a civil trial, just like Araiza. Clown world. Okay? So, of course, he goes on Twitter, and I'm not going to call it X, guys. I'm just not saying, look, so he hasn't played since June 28th, 2021. Guys, it's 2023. That's crazy. He hasn't played in 2 years. Clown world. LA County previously announced in February that Bauer would not face criminal charges and connections with the allegations, saying that, end quote, after a thorough review of all available evidence, including civil restraining order, witness statements, and physical evidence, the people are unable to prove the relevant charges. So this state couldn't even make a case, and he still got suspended. Guys, make this make sense. Make this make sense. And this narrative, once again, well, false accusations don't happen. Men don't have anything to worry about. Talk to women at work. Talk to women in a bar. Why don't you approach women, court women? Guys, anyone that believes that bullshit, I got something for you.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
And all these athletes and all these people think, I'm going to get some money. I'm going to go out and bang chicks, and it's going to be awesome. And none of this could ever happen to me. Guess what? To any one of you guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Clown world. Absolute clown world. I say this in my Courtroom Madness series. Guys, the courts don't give a damn about men. Society doesn't give a damn about men. Women don't give a damn about men. All we have is each other, guys. We're the only ones who look out for ourselves. No one else gives a damn. They will sell you up the river quicker than ever now. All it takes is someone saying anything and it going to the news, social media, any of that, and you're toast. Hopefully this Trevor Bauer guy learned his lesson, man. Straight up. Now he needs to go to the field, go home. Straight up, man. Okay. Despite the legal victory, he has remained subject to Major League Baseball discipline, which finally came down. According to police records, a woman who's only been identified as Ms. Hill claimed that Bauer met her through Instagram and first met up on April 21st. She said the first encounter escalated to Bauer performing multiple sex acts without consent. She alleged that Bauer, that he choked her unconscious, struck her in the face and the nether region, and then Bauer said that they had 2 consensual encounters. Look at that. So she got a CT scan, but there was no signs of any type of damage. She filed restraining order against him. Look at that. So his response. Oh, so he had a YouTube video. He says, I believe that the allegations, as serious as these are, should be fully investigated and not adjudicated in the media. Facts. Facts. Guys, the court of public opinion never works for anyone, ever. But that's exactly where modern women want everything to go. Because we all know, guys, that they can't even say what a woman is. They can't even say all these terms. You know what I mean? They want to destroy the meaning of things and make everything nebulous and everything based on emotions. And that's what the court of public opinion is. It's emotions. That's all it is. He says, I never assaulted her in any way at any time. And while we did have consensual sex, disturbing acts, conduct, she said, did not occur. Guys, this has to be the most expensive piece of nay that there's ever been, dude. He signed a 3-year, $102 million contract. Look at that. It was expected that Bauer would exercise his option for 2022, but is likely to decline it come 2023. So he's going to get $64 million over the next 2 years. Look at that, man. Look at that. Now, oh, wait. So they're saying that another chick said that he did something to her. He's been accused by another woman of essay and choking her out. Bauer denied the allegations and countersued this woman, accusing her of fraud, extortion, and fabricating her pregnancy. Yikes! She filed her civil complaint and then amended it more recently with the details. So he had to move to Japan to play after being suspended in the major leagues. So he got reinstated, and then this chick came forward. She asked for $3.7 million, along with an apology to any women that the defendant has humiliated and abused. Man, shoot, she would get money from my cold dead fingers. Look at that. His attorneys are fighting back. She said this is another chick saying he had a single consensual encounter with this woman in 2020 when he said that the condom broke during sex. After that encounter, she claims she was pregnant and demanded $1.6 million to terminate her pregnancy. His attorneys in court documents that Bauer made an audio recording of this demand. Oops! She played herself, dude. She played herself. Look at that, dude. Dude, this Matt Bauer, this Trevor Bauer guy, he sure can pick him, dude. Straight up. Straight up, man. Bauer declined to pay this demand and told her that the decision whether to have the child was her own and that he would support. See, her body, her choice, right, guys? And that he would support her decision, including paying for any medical expenses or child support. Oh man, look at that. So he called her bluff, guys. He gave her $8,700 related to her alleged pregnancy and a subsequent termination. Guys, so if I was some rich, powerful dude, I would bang chicks overseas, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too risky. You know? So the woman filed an amended complaint Tuesday. So she said that she decided not to terminate the pregnancy, but had a miscarriage. So he should sue her for fraud because she told him that she had the abortion. His countersuit says that he met the woman via Instagram. Dude, what are you doing? No Instagram thoughts. Like how he met the other chick. That case was the first to go public. Bauer was never arrested and charged in either of the cases. But after the San Diego person came forward, 2 other women from Ohio made similar accusations. Guys, I think that this guy kind of likes to get freaky deaky in the bed, right? And he, so whatever he does, he's done it to multiple girls, and some of the girls saw that the first girl might get paid, so now they're all trying to do the same thing. Months after the San Diego chick came forward, Bauer's attorneys noted the Arizona woman sent a demand letter through an attorney for the first time, accusing him of various improprieties, echoing claims made by his public accuser. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, this is clown world, man. Look at that. Guys, what would you do if you were a baseball player or a football player? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even try and even mess with any of these chicks now. Now, guys, here, let's go to this to his video. So this is him. Let me see. Now, hopefully he doesn't have this copyrighted, guys, because that'll take the stream down. Okay, so this is him. Here we go. Actually, so this is from Law and Crime. So let's check there's
As of today, both lawsuits have been settled.
There you go.
Now, over the last 2 years, I've been forced to defend my integrity and my reputation in a very public setting. But hopefully this is the last time I have to do so.
The ugly and contentious legal battle between former MLB pitcher Trevor Bauer and the woman who accused him of sexual assault seems to be over. But not before we learn some shocking new details. We break down how this happened and what it means with sports lawyer Dan Lust. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Clown world.
Well, we haven't talked about Trevor Bauer in a while, and there is a major update there. So the former Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher has settled his legal claims with the woman who accused him of sexual assault. Now, before we get to that, let's do a little bit of a backup here. So Lindsey Hill accused Trevor Bauer of sexually assaulting her during 2 encounters back in 2021. He was actually suspended for a season. He was playing for the MLB. He actually went to play baseball out in Japan, currently doing that now. Now, Bauer did concede that the two engaged in rough sex, but he
Garrett Grant, what's up, man?
Adamantly denied these assault allegations. He also filed a defamation lawsuit against Hill. In the suit, quote, that she fabricated allegations of sexual assault against plaintiff Trevor Bauer, pursued bogus criminal and civil actions against him, made false and malicious statements about him.
Guys, what do I always say over here? Press charges. If a girl keys your car, press charges. If a girl won't leave your house. If a girl is calling your work and harassing you, press charges. Okay? More chicks would learn not to do this stuff if you pressed charges. Okay?
And generated a media blitz based on her lies. He also filed defamation lawsuits against the outlets Deadspin and The Athletic, and The Athletic's former writer Molly Knight. In the lawsuit against Knight and The Athletic, Bauer's attorneys wrote that Knight and The Athletic, quote, defamed Mr. Bauer by creating and spreading the false narrative that Mr. Bauer fractured the complainant's skull.
Good.
But it seems that Bauer actually lost his lawsuit against Deadspin.
Of course he did, guys. Who's shocked by that? You actually think that they're going to rule in a man's favor? Of course not. Of course not.
Judge dismissed it, and he ended up dropping the lawsuit against The Athletic after they posted a clarification. But let's go back to this lawsuit against Ms. Hill. So Hill countersued Bauer for sexual battery and battery, even claiming that Bauer punched her in her private area. She even tried to get a restraining order against Bauer.
Dude, Trevor Bauer, what are you doing, dude? This chick's like a 5 at best. Like, she's got a filter on and blonde hair. It's a Mickey Mouse tattoos on her forearms. This is what your whole career was worth. Guys, rate this chick on a scale of 1 to 10. She's maybe dressed up a 6. Please.
But that was unsuccessful. The judge found that her petition was, quote, materially misleading.
There you go.
In a video posted after the announcement of this settlement, Bauer talked about this decision from the judge.
It's extremely rare for a request for a restraining order to be denied because the standard of proof that you need to obtain one is extremely low. So you can make of that what you will.
We are thrilled to announce that Law and Crime has a brand new 5-episode podcast, has exclusive where you can see Hill in bed with a sleeping Bauer. And
look at that. Look at that nose ring. He should have known better right there. Come on, guys. Come on.
She's right next to him, and she seems to be smiling. There doesn't appear to be any apparent markings or injuries on her face. And this video was taken supposedly hours after the alleged assault. So we have a really ugly back and forth between the two. But as I mentioned, Bauer and Hill have now reached a settlement, and they are dismissing their suits with prejudice, meaning that the cases can't be refiled in the future. So let's get into this right now with sports attorney Dan Lust, who teaches at my alma mater, New York Law School, and he's also the host of the Conduct Detrimental podcast. Dan, good to see you. It's been some time since I've had you on the Sidebar podcast.
I know it's a joke that like everyone has a podcast. It's like the stereotype, but hey, man, guys, if you feel like you want to talk, people want to listen to you, make a podcast, right?
Good to be back with you,
That's what I did.
Jesse. And yes, I was at New York Law School last night teaching sports law, teaching this exact case. So certainly a good time to jump on with you here.
And yet you never invite me, and that hurts me. And that's a topic for a different discussion.
Off the record, 89.9% of cases settle. I am surprised at the terms of the settlement. So most settlements, right, include some version of an NDA, some confidentiality. No one's going to talk about the hearing. The discovery that was exchanged will never see the light of day. Right? That's number one. And number two, with a big case like this with one high net worth individual, most of the time there is some monetary payment that goes from celebrity or whatever this is, whoever this high net worth individual is, to the accuser to make this case go away. Neither of the two are present here. So no
There it is, guys. There it is. There it is, guys. Give him a round of applause. He didn't have to give her any money at all. So people hear the term settled, like, he settled. because he must be guilty. No, 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 no. She couldn't get any money. They probably said, hey, look, we'll drop this case, but please don't sue us. Because he probably had a good enough case to actually go after her, you know?
Disparagement, no confidentiality, and no money exchange. So Trevor Bauer walks away financially unscathed other than what he had to pay his lawyers and his own attorney's fees. And he can talk about the case freely.
Good.
And that's what leads to the announcement yesterday. So I am surprised at the terms of the settlement, which are very rare, very unique. I'm not quite sure of any precedent in terms of settlement, but not really surprised that the case found its way to be resolved.
What does that tell you? Because if he didn't pay her 1 cent as part of this settlement,
it tells us that her case was bullshit.
Does it not signify to you that maybe her claims weren't as strong as she makes them out to be? I mean, how is it that she agreed to no payment? And by the way, I should be clear. She was paid. She received a $300,000 settlement from her insurance company. So she wasn't paid directly from Bauer.
Guys, how does that work? She got $300,000 from her own insurance. Clown world.
But she was paid by the insurance company. Why do you think she agreed to this?
It's a good question, right? If you watched, and Jesse, the reason that we're getting together today, Trevor Bauer put out an announcement, right, that we referenced, close to a 4-minute video that's explaining how, this, the accuser here, essentially, according to Trevor Bauer, kind of put him on a victim list. There's a text that was exchanged or shown by Trevor Bauer purporting to say, next victim, a Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher, and it goes on to say he's worth $51 million.
Tell you what, let's play those. So
here we go.
So let's show you. This is a portion of the video where Trevor Bauer, like you said, after this.
Guys, I'm going to drop the link to anyone who wants to join. Guys, yeah, feel free to come up and share any of your false accusation stories. This is clown world, man.
Settlement. And this is the beginning part when I've never seen these text messages before, but they seem to show, in his opinion, the intent of Miss Hill. Let's show that.
Yeah.
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsay Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in.
Are you hearing this? You know how I roll. Clown world. Clown world. Guys, you can't trust these chicks. You can't do it, guys. Passports, guys, straight up. You might say, AJ, aren't girls scandalous all over the world? But at least they won't have any legal claim to anything if you knock one of them up overseas, man. Straight up. Can you imagine you're in Colombia or you're in like Lithuania and some girl is like, oh, he did something to me. And you're over here in the U.S. Oh, man.
My role. Then, after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said. Bitch, you better secure the bag. Was
there it is.
Response.
That doesn't look good. I imagine if this went to trial, that would not look good in front of a jury or a judge.
You know what happened, guys? Let's do my speculative recap here. Okay, before this all came out, she probably came to her lawyer and said, hey, I got a great idea. Okay, we're gonna sue this guy, this pitcher for the Dodgers who's worth $51 million. Yeah, he did all this stuff to me. Ha ha ha, because it's me too and all this other stuff. And the lawyer's like, great idea. This is gonna work. Yeah. But she probably forgot that she sent those text messages because she's so dumb. She's so dumb that she probably forgot that or didn't realize that they were going to subpoena her phone and her texts. So then they get to all of the proceedings and Trevor Bauer's lawyer goes up and shows this. And this broad's lawyers finally find out.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
She was lying the whole time, man. Lying the whole time, man.
it wouldn't. And that's to the point, Jesse, why this is surprising, why Miss Hill let this happen. These are, I don't know what other way to put it. These make her look terrible. So as part of the settlement, if Bauer says, I'm not paying you $1, she could have pushed, said, hey, don't pay me $1, but let's put some non-disparagement agreement language in. Let's put some confidentiality language. Let's put this in the past. But by Bauer getting both of these in, I'm not paying you another $1 beyond what you're getting from your insurance company. And I'm allowed to talk and say whatever I want about this case. I'm gathering that's what happened. But Miss Hill had to know that these texts don't look good. And to the point earlier, Jesse, that you raised, the only one that's really seen these texts that's outside of Mr. Hill and Mr. Bauer appears to be this judge in California who denied the temporary restraining order. And as you mentioned, right, the judge in that case found Miss Hill's testimony in her texts, as the judge saw in that case, to be, quote, materially misleading. So we've always known there were advantageous texts to Mr. Bauer and bad texts for Mr. Hill. Very odd to get a temporary restraining order denied. The burden there is very low.
Yeah,
so we knew the texts were bad, but I think these are even worse than we suspected. I mean, these do paint Bauer in a good light. I don't want to say a good light, but not in the negative light that I think many assume.
And guys, don't get it twisted. I still do blame this Bauer guy for being an idiot and like even risking anything with these 304s in the first place, man. If he has multiple girls what are the types of women that this knucklehead is into? You know what I'm saying? Guys, the laws and rules are not going to change. So society's ability to believe these 304s is not going to change. So all we can do is change ourselves. That's it. And this Trevor Bauer guy, he better, anything that he smashes better be in another country from now on, and not in the West either.
And let's talk about that restraining order, because the judge in that case, and in that case, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. She said, quote, "Let me be clear. The injuries as shown in the photographs are terrible." She goes on to say, "But petitioner had and has the right to engage in any kind of sex as a consenting adult that she wants to."
Yeah, because she had a text where she's like, "Mama needs to get choked the F out tonight." You know what I mean?
Goes on to say, she was not ambiguous about wanting rough sex. She set limits without fully considering all the consequences, and respondent did not exceed the limits that petitioner set. So when he says that, that it's extremely rare, like you mentioned, for a judge to basically not grant this restraining order, is his...
Guys, drop a like on the stream, meaning hit that thumbs up button. It really helps with the all-knowing algorithm. I'd appreciate that, guys. And I still am in YouTube jail, guys, so hit up the Cash App or the Venmo. I think I can get remonetized in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, man, on the 28th. So, yeah.
Take on this, right? He mentioned it in the video. Based on what the judge found here, that was significant.
It was significant. I mean, what this is at the end of the day is it's consensual. Well, I don't want to say consensual act. It's a sexual act between two adults. The issue is it's consensual or not. So, Jesse, to the point that you just raised, we haven't seen all of the texts here, and Bauer's saying he's only releasing a small portion of them. So we haven't seen all of them. What the judge is insinuating, what Bauer's insinuating, we have not heard from Ms. Lindsay Hill at all. But what this impartial picture that we have seems to show texts between two individuals consenting to some form of rough sex. Where the consensual act can go to non-consensual is, hypothetically, and we don't know this to have occurred here, if Mr. Bauer at any point of time rendered Mr. Hill or Ms. Hill unconscious and then performed some type of act while Ms. Hill was unconscious. By law, you can't consent to certain acts while you're unconscious, even if you agreed, right, to be rendered unconscious. In that period of time, you still can't consent to those acts. So that's where we found this kind of gray middle area to be, and that's what the judge seems to be pointing out here, that she maybe consented all the way up here, but that Mr. Bauer did not cross that line if and when she was rendered unconscious. That there is a line here where the consent never was lost. Bauer never performed some act that he was legally incapable of consenting to. Again, you have a consensual act. We never got past those bounds of permissibility. Why do we need a temporary restraining order? That's really
there you go, guys.
I mean, look, we'll never know really what happened between them. But I tell you, I think it's interesting you mentioned the settlement and how I guess they're both free to say what they think about the case, which again seems strange if they're both.
Isn't it funny how he came out talking first? Because this whole thing makes her look bad. Because she got exposed.
If he's suing her for defamation, because after the settlement, she tells the Washington Post that it was never about money in
Please.
this lawsuit.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
She said that it's not about money. I'm so sorry. Fucking chicks are delusional, dude. Oh God! If you're gonna lie, at least lie well. And look at this. All this trouble over this chick. Dude, Trevor Bauer, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing, man?
But she said, quote, I can't stop Trevor Bauer ever. But if I make him think twice before doing that again,
come on,
it's totally worth it. Now, this case was dismissed, as I said, can't be refiled, but does she have to be careful about what she says about Trevor Bauer in the future or not?
Yeah, I'm sure, and we have not seen the settlement agreement, but I'm sure there is language in there, and as there would normally.
Yeah, he says, if you say something else, I'm coming for that ass.
You can't commit, right? Actually,
Jeffrey, what's up, man?
Malice. You can't commit
Robin's Fly. How you doing, buddy?
Defamation against someone. So what Bauer is saying, likely, right? It's not waiving any defenses. Lindsey Hill is not saying I'm not going to sue you for defamation.
Look at that. Look at that. Chick is built like a 2x4. It has got a 5 head. You know what I'm saying? And this. Trevor, dude, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Seriously?
Maybe that language is in there, but I would imagine that Bauer and Lindsey Hill are both kind of guided by normal defamation principles. You can't knowingly say something false about the other person. Bauer seems to, lack of a better term, have the receipts here. I will point out one thing, and Jesse, you mentioned it, right? There was this temporary restraining order. Bauer files a defamation lawsuit, and Lindsey Hill responds with a countersuit for some form of sexual assault. So just for figuring out the strategy, as we know in defamation, Jesse, you know, I know, and I'm sure the listeners know, the truth is an absolute defense to any type of defamation case. So Bauer's suing for defamation, and he's saying what you claimed about me, you said I assaulted you, is false, and you're doing so maliciously with actual knowledge. You know it's false. And Lindsey Hill, you know, that's the right move legally. Say, you know what? I'm actually countersuing for assault, because if I can prove that you assaulted me, that's the truth, and that's an absolute defense that whatever you could bring. I will say this, and you know, I follow all these sports stories. This is another analogous story in the sports world. Trevor Bauer here, we should mention, there's one accuser that we're talking about, Lindsey Hill. Major League Baseball suspended Trevor Bauer initially for 2 years before reducing it to 1 year for seemingly other acts while he was with the member of the Cleveland Indians, as a minor league affiliate. So there are other acts that Major League Baseball suspended him for.
What?
That has nothing to do, seemingly, with why he was, in this involvement with Miss Hill, right? Miss Hill's actions.
So it sounds like Trevor Bauer is just a dumbass. You know what I mean? I mean, he's been suspended for other things. So just because you're rich and talented doesn't mean that you can. Hold on, Trevor. That you make good decisions. Hold on, Bauer, past suspensions. Let's see, guys. Put in the comments what you think he was suspended for and his other times that he was suspended. Let's see, Trevor Bauer. Let's see if Wikipedia has anything to say. Let's see. All right, let's see what it is here. He was with the Diamondbacks, the California Rawhides of the California League. Let's see. Okay, so here's the Indians. He made a rap song. They said that he's a dick. After the trade, it was revealed that on the Diamondbacks, everyone hated him. He wrote a diss track about his old team. Let's see. Trying to figure this out here, guys. Why? Let's see if I can see why he got suspended. Broke his thumb. Looks like he gets injured a lot. Hurt his pinky finger. He had band-aids on his hands. Let's see, guys. I'm not seeing why he got suspended here. This is the Indians. It was when he was with the Reds. Let's see. Struggle. It doesn't say, guys. It doesn't say. Very strange. I'll have to see if I can find it, guys. If you can find it. Garrett Grant says personal conduct. Guys, let me know if someone can figure out why he was suspended. Let me know, guys. See if someone can do some other research. So I don't have to hold up the stream. Okay.
Nothing to do with Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball hasn't told us why he was suspended for 2 years, but there's an understanding, and it seems to be the case, that those may have been related, but we don't know that for certain. But why I bring this up here, that punishment handed down by Major League Baseball was unprecedented. We've never seen a 2-year suspension for any acts like this. And we've seen domestic violence situations.
It was unprecedented suspension and punishment for something that was bullshit.
Players shooting guns near their significant other. We've never seen a 2-year suspension.
Do you hear that? They've had DV charges. People, people shooting guns and acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? And even that didn't get this much punishment.
So for those that are out here thinking Trevor Bauer didn't do anything wrong, Major League Baseball's findings, that Venn diagram between what Major League Baseball suspended him for and what Mrs. Hill and Trevor Bauer have settled for, there is some gray area, some crossover in the middle that has not been ruled upon by a court. So I just want to point out there's some loose ends that have yet to be tied up.
But the fact is that nothing was ruled on by a court. There was no charges filed, and baseball panicked and suspended him anyway. Clown world.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to ask you, what do you think his future is with the MLB? He's playing in Japan right now, but as a result of this settlement, are they going to take him back? But it sounds like that there's other issues that haven't been resolved, and they might not accept him so quickly.
I can certainly see it both ways. You look in the NFL, there's a player, Deshaun Watson, who was sued by 20, we'll say massage therapists for some form of sexual assault. Trevor Bauer never filed any type of defamation case there. He's playing in the NFL right now. And not only is he playing, he's getting paid $230 million to play in the NFL. So there's been no adjudication in that case. Those cases are scheduled for trial. So there is a track record that's ongoing right now for a top-level athlete to be playing while a lawsuit is pending in the background. Bauer has no outstanding lawsuits at this point. There's nothing pending.
Yeah, and this article already said that he's been reinstated. So
Bauer this past season played for the Yokohama Bay Stars overseas. He played decently well. It's a guy that won the Cy Young Award less than 3 years ago. Certainly is talented to play enough in Major League Baseball. But Jesse, to your question, the fact that this case settles and the fact that Trevor Bauer puts this thing out, that really maybe puts to bed one of the accusations weighed against him. So it doesn't really close the loop on everything. I certainly think it's possible that he plays again in Major League Baseball, but this by itself does not close up all of those loose ends. There's not a neat bow tied on all of this. So could he play in Major League Baseball again? Sure. The suspension is now over, but it's going to take a team to take a risk knowing that those loose ends are not tied up.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think a lot of people just assumed it was about this, but clearly there's more at play here. Dan Lust, thanks so much for taking the time to coming on to explain all this. Appreciate it, sir.
See you next time in my class, Jesse. I'm going to give you a date.
I'll be there. I'll be there. All right, everybody. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar.
Clown world. Now, guys, what do you think is going to happen? Because I think that Trevor Bauer is going to play baseball and everything's gonna fall apart. And guys, here you go. Do you honestly think that this chick is gonna be that this chick's gonna be smart enough to actually keep her mouth shut? Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you think that this chick will actually keep her mouth shut, or a 2 if you think that she's gonna blab her big mouth and then end up in court getting sued again. Now, guys, we're gonna transition away from sports and we're gonna go to Yale. Because look at this. This just happened. Okay? This guy was a student in Yale. And this lady said that he raped her. Okay? Former Yale University student spoke to Fox News Digital after suing the institution for alleged defamation after he was expelled following great allegations of which he was acquitted from. He said, I've been at war since 2015, says Saifullah Khan, formerly Florida student originally from Afghanistan, who attended Yale on a full scholarship. The defamation case began in 2019. Over the summer, Khan was able to include his accuser, Jane Doe. Funny how that works, how they'll release his name, but won't release hers, right? In a landmark legal decision that could potentially have implications for further civil lawsuits against accusers. As a result of the allegations, he has faced the significant effect. He said, I haven't seen my mom, my dad, my nephews for 8 years. And Yale had initiated deportation procedures with ICE. And so my immigration until this day is in jeopardy. I've been in limbo for 8 years. So at the criminal trial, I was found not guilty. He goes, so I don't have any dark clouds over my head in that I can face prison. However, reputation-wise, career-wise, everything is gone, and now I'm clawing back. However, once the scarlet letter is attached to your name, this never goes away, especially if your name is public. While she gets to be Jane Doe, facts, absolute facts. Is that in 2015, Khan said he had a flirtatious, friendly relationship with 21-year-old fellow Yale student Doe. Khan said on the night in question, he took her out for dinner, and they went to a party and then had consensual sex. Doe had alleged to the university during Title IX that she was a victim of an assault and that Khan had taken advantage of her while she was intoxicated, because of course she would say that. Of course, right? He says, she and I flirted quite a bit. Look at this headline, William. Gender studies professor claims combating obesity is fat-phobic and blasts agenda against fat. Because of course they do. And guys, hold on. Let's see what this knucklehead looks like.
No, this is actually a double-sided campaign, because on the opposite side they say going to the gym is a right-wing pipeline. So you gotta
this
keep
is the
the
professor.
fatties
Look. This is the.
that's who parents pay $100,000 to teach their kids.
Fadi Shenauda, professor of the Feminist Institute of Social Transformation.
Can you tell me what those words even mean? Like, what does that? Oh boy!
Draws on feminist new materialism to examine the intersections between fat studies. That's a thing now. Fat studies, colonialism, racism,
Dude,
and queer
transphobic.
Of course.
We have gender studies. Like, you don't think we're gonna study the fatties?
No. We have, William. We have discovered something more useless than gender studies, and that's fat studies. Yo, someone Google and see if there's a fat studies degree. Fat, hold on. I'm gonna go with fat studies degree.
Watch it be like
No
100,000 just to
way.
attend.
No way. No way.
Bro,
Guys, no
yes
bullshit.
way.
No way. No way. It's a thing. Guys, they have fat
It's a
studies.
thing.
Guys, what is going
Imagine
on? What is going on?
Jay.
Dude, send the
Imagine
asteroid. Send the
sending your
asteroid,
kids
dude.
to college. I mean, raising your kids for 18 years and they want to study about fatties, bro.
Fat studies, dude. Guys, send the asteroid, dude. Are you serious? This is what's going on? Of course.
I'm gonna pray after this
University.
for the asteroid to come.
Are you gonna put that in your bio, dude? I'm a fat studies bitch. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. Come on.
This shit gonna get a lot worse,
insane.
bro.
Look at. Hold on 1 second. Look at that. Look at this. Washington State University Fat Studies courses offered to students who have a junior standing or higher. Southern Oregon University will offer Fat Studies, Bodies, Culture, and Politics. Lewis and Clark Graduate School, of course, in Oregon. So look, Washington, Oregon, Kansas.
Oh yeah.
Fat
I mean,
Studies.
every liberal college.
Look at this. They have a number of disciplinary voices, including fat studies, feminist theory, and food studies. What? Look at this.
That's so
this
base.
further explains that topics may include the culture and gender politics of fatness and thinness, anorexia and feederism, food, sex, and animality. What kind of craziness is that?
Like, who would even hire that? Who would even? What kind of job would you even get?
Guys, are you hearing this? Are you hearing this?
Where would you work with that? It's not even useless. It's a disgrace of a. You can't even say it's useless. Who would want to hire someone with a fat phobic degree?
That's crazy.
Even McDonald's would be laughing at them, bro.
Guys,
McDonald's are like, you're unemployable.
I am seriously speechless. I am. I can't believe this. I cannot believe that this is an actual thing.
2023 is crazy, man.
That is crazy. Guys, send the asteroid. Guys, there are people going to school paying thousands and thousands of dollars a year to take embracing science.
No, getting loans. They're getting loans. They're not paying for it. These are broke people. They're getting loans.
Advocates for look, HAZE, HA, health at every size, HAZE approach. Students use social justice and healthcare perspectives to question weight bias and explore ways in which we can resist sizeism. Oh, guys, please, someone, please help me. I can't fucking believe this. I can't believe this. This is absolutely insane. Man, oh man, oh man. And the thing is, guys, what do you think of the prerequisites to teach these stupid classes?
You have to be fat. They're not gonna have no skinny person teaching this. Probably the only prerequisites is that you're obese, you have stage 4 cancer and heart attack.
Washington State University in St. Louis offered queering the history of health. Guys, I have not heard of a more honest statement about. Look at that! This class is used as an guys, take a shot every time that you hear I said fat blue hair feminist. Take a shot every time that you hear here. I have a new term. An feminist BS buzzword. All right, intersectional lens to examine the circumstances that produce false binaries such as healthy and slender versus fat and irresponsible. Guys,
The fatties have waged a war on unhealthy. Oh boy.
These binary. Look, hold on. Where are we? Give me a second. These binaries have created and maintained social, political, and cultural inequities. And use a powerful ideological weapon against queer people and trans people and people living with disabilities, people living with HIV, fat people, and other people who cannot embody normative race. Clown world, dude. Absolute clown world. This has to be the dumbest thing that I've seen in a long. This takes the cake, guys.
Who would publish this,
dude? I don't know. I don't know. Look, the experience, the bodies that don't fit the norm, queer bodies, fat bodies, transgender bodies, and here we go. Where's the race card? Where is it?
Right.
No, you are right. Queer bodies, fat bodies, trans bodies, and bodies of color. Now, William, how did we get lumped in?
Bro, we have always been the scapegoat for these crazy lunatics.
Isn't it funny how these wokey wokes who are usually white wokey wokes always try and say they equate their being fat or being neurodivergent or being LDHG with us being black?
We are in the marginalized Olympics, bro. Anybody that can say that they are more oppressed in the next group, they get more brownie points.
Here's a new term. In the Western global North cultures, the mind... Have you heard global North? What are they? Guys, no Vikings. Vikings are all racist. World. They're saying that the mind is getting more importance than the body, and historically oppressed groups have been associated more with bodies than minds. What is this? Ohio State has a food and gender class.
Oh, Ohio.
Montclair has fat studies, race, class, and gender queerness. It figures.
Oof.
Look at that.
Look at her. Abigail. Street man.
Look at
boy.
This. I don't even remember where we
Of
were.
Of course, it's a white liberal writing that, bro.
I'm lost. I'm lost. What were we even talking about?
The dude facing false accusations.
Okay. All the men in the chat, William. First of all, start with anyone who does have kids. Okay, if you have kids, especially boys, would you even send them to college at this point?
Oh no,
I wouldn't. If I had a son, no, you weren't going to college. Nope. If you did, it would be engineering school, and you would take the classes where you would have to be in around the most men and the least amount of electives. So you had a major in physics, engineering, mathematics, statistics. You know what I'm saying?
The cold saved me from being on campus, man. Because honestly, like
what did?
The cold. Because I went back for my master's and I didn't have to be on campus.
Oh, the cough. Okay.
Yeah, the cough. And so it saved me from being on campus, because if I had to interact with these people for 5 minutes, man, oh boy, I would just so mad.
He's like gamer. Jeffrey says, hell no. He's a trade school. Facts. He's a gamer says, yeah, I would not have children.
Yep.
This U.S. is get facts. Facts. Absolute facts, dude. Nope.
I'm going to Asia to have kids. That's my plan.
There is no way. Yeah, I would ship my kids off to Korea or China or something. You know what I'm saying? At this point.
Oh yeah.
You know? Look, he says. Look, she says.
I mean, I knew
concept-
things were bad when they said math was racist. I knew that's
Yeah,
what I was like. Oh yeah, we're done.
and that was knucklehead.
That was in 2021. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
time to wrap this up.
She said, she believed that she could not be certain that he could read minds, but she wanted more out of the relationship. It was ashamed about the one night stand, which she regarded as casual and transactional. There it is.
Oh, boy. I'm telling you.
Woman scorned, man. Yeah, Raise That Gamer. Yep, they're going to Japan. Yep, that's what I do. Either that, or they would go to like Utah or some super duper duper red state. You know what I'm saying? Or they go to like a Catholic school. And I'm not religious at all. I'm
No,
not.
Catholic is bad, bro.
No.
I grew up in Catholic school.
Is that they will go to
No, they're terrible.
Okay, well
They're
they would go
terrible.
to some type of like private school, some institution that doesn't believe in any this foolishness, or just go to like an all boys school. You know what I'm saying? Because this is crazy. All right.
Yeah.
She says I'm not in her head. I don't know what her thinking is, but to the best of my understanding, she felt like she can get a big relationship out of it with me because I was a popular kid on campus and everyone liked me. So for me, it was purely.
She would have to chat.
Yeah. Well, definitely, what would Afghani Chad's name be? He would be
Abdul.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Are you guys on candidates?
No, he would be Charlesh. that name means sheep from the tribe. Yeah, there you go, dude. Or Chamal, Chama. No, Chamali. That's the name right there. So he says, he goes, wait, where are we? Where were we? Reputation wise, she and I flirted. So
yeah, she believed that she could get a relationship. I think
we were dating, but it was very casual. Oh, so I skipped this.
Yeah.
Part. Yeah. Look, she and I flirted quite a bit. We were dating, but in a very casual way. She would send me Shakespearean sonnets. She would send me hearts and so on. I honestly didn't think much of it. It wasn't special. I've been on similar dates before. It was just a normal, fun evening. Dude, this guy is a Chad, dude.
I mean, this is a problem that the SA revolution has really the S revolution, not SA revolution, has really just destroyed women because women who these guys just they go for the same guy, and so these guys don't care about them, so they go for these guys, and they're nothing but
here's
the same.
Thing that I don't understand, and think about how childish this thinking is. And guys, thank you for hitting the like button, guys. There's 12 of you here. There's 10 likes. I appreciate that, guys. I really, really, really do, guys. I just want to say. I think I'm at like almost 4,200 subs. I'm gonna try and hit 5,000 by the end of the year, and I think I can do it because you guys are so awesome. But, guys, thanks to all you guys who donate on the Cash App and the Venmo, guys. I appreciate that. Thanks for all you guys that have subbed to the second channel, man. I just really, really appreciate all you guys and your support, man. You know, guys like William and C. Robbins Fly and all you guys who call in and drop comments. Razorhawk, who's been here since the beginning too. Just I appreciate all you guys. Razorhawk Gamer, he was one of my first probably 50 subs. You know. So guys, it's been about a year since I dropped my viral video, right? And that was the women being ignored in the workplace. So I've been doing this channel. I think that I dropped my first video probably in July, but I wasn't really posting stuff. And then the Stacey Abrams thing kicked off, and you know how I feel about her, right? So I was like going in on Stacey Abrams, right? And that was my first video to hit 1,000 subs. Was that one? And yeah, guys, hold on. Let me see here. Popular. Yeah, it's been less than a year since I dropped this one. That has 132,000 views.
Stacey Abrams.
This was talking about the whole M2 in the workplace, just going off. And like, I didn't really have a style yet. I didn't even really know how anything worked. I just posted it, guys, and it just blew up. So I appreciate you guys, man, to be able to do almost 5,000. Jeffrey Russell, wait a minute. If I ever said that, you know that I've been replaced by a pod person. Someone's got a gun to my head, man. Seriously. But guys, to think that I'm at almost 4,200 subs in less than a year is unbelievable. You know what I mean? I never thought that I could have this much success. So guys, I'm gonna keep this going, man, and hopefully as the channel gets bigger, we can keep the actual live streams will actually get more interactive. We'll have more callers. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a part of the channel that I like the most: the actual live streams and interacting with people. So guys, never feel afraid to actually hit the StreamYard button, come on up and voice your opinion. You know, guys, if you ever have any stories to tell about a topic, guys, I personally know younger guys. I'm 42. I know guys that are in their early 20s who watch my channel, and they talk to me about the stories that you guys put in the comments. I know guys that their lives have changed because of what they have read in the comment section on my channel. So I just want to say thanks, guys, for all of that, man. I really, really, really appreciate it. But anyways, I digress. Where were we? Back to this guy who was getting Shakespearean sonnets and shit, right?
Chad Thunderstroke.
Yeah, right.
All right, you put it down on her, man. Made her go delusional.
Oh man, look at that. So he said, he goes, I didn't know what her thinking is, but to the best of my understanding, she felt. So for me, this was purely a transactional. I think that dismay, regret led to the false accusation because she did not want to simply have sex. Because she did not want to simply only have sex. She had never ever communicated that. After Khan was notified of
Listen.
Huh?
She doesn't. Why would you not communicate that?
Thank you.
Is she a child?
If Broad is sending you Shakespearean sonnets, dude, I think that she wants more than a one night stand, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just say he's a teenager, so you might not like get all the cues like up front that she wants a relationship. But
he's in his 20s, bro. He's not a teenager.
Oh,
Guys,
so it's not a high school. What happened when he was in high school?
This is at Yale, like Ivy League, man. You know what I'm saying?
These are the smartest people in the country, and they can't communicate.
Look, medical
we're
school
screwed.
Professor says parents must implement gender ideology for babies. It starts. I can't look at that. I can't. Dude.
Don't read that. We're gonna be depressed after that, bro.
In the asteroid, dude. Straight up, dude. Like, come on, man. You ever notice all like I'm not religious, but out of all these texts and everything, there's always a flood. Yo, we need another one of those. We need another one of those, man, because this is getting just crazy, man. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, so after he was notified of the accusations and how Yale police were looking for him, he packed a bag and pondered self-deletion. He went to a bridge and almost jumped. It was just an intense, immediate trauma. I was discombobulated. I was shocked. It was horrifying.
Damn, my heart breaks for Chad right there, bro.
Right?
He just wanted some cheeks, and now he's over here contemplating life. Oh.
Sad, dude. Sad. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, so Once the plaintiff was accused of SA, the university, without an inquiry of any sort, suspended the plaintiff from campus, rendering him homeless while thousands of miles from family because he was on a scholarship. To be discarded is so hard. It's not like I did anything. That's what's so difficult. So I recognize at that moment, how would people believe me? Who would believe me? I almost jumped. Look at that. The incident.
I went to college in the early 2000s on a full ride, and my dad would tell me every time, "Do not mess with anybody. Do not screw this up." Like, I just breaks for this dude, man. He's
smart man. Very, 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 very smart, man. Seriously, man. This is crazy. Absolutely insane. But hold on. Okay. So at that time, Obama was saying stuff about how Yale handled an SA suit. Look at that. The university has in recent years been subjected to regulatory and public relations scrutiny over how it handles. And here's the thing that's crazy about this: universities should not be handling SA claims. The police should.
Police. Yep.
Clown world, guys.
But the thing is, like, they're in a contradiction because they defund the police, so it falls on people who are should not. They should have independent people to handle these things so they could actually get the facts. But the universities want to push their own message.
Yep. Just Khan argues that colleges are not unbiased institutions, and they should therefore not be able to yield governmental power to adjudicate criminality and guilt. Facts. If the college just dealt with this properly and dismissed her complaint and not destroyed my life, then I would have finished my neuroscience and continue with my startup.
Look at that. She was probably there for a gender studies degree, and he's trying to be a neuroscientist. Oh, boy.
Man, shit. All hell would break loose. So his lawsuit targets universities administrators. Peter Salvey, Deans John Holloway, and Marvin Chun, David Post, Mark Sullivan. He is coming for that ass, man. Straight up, guys. Here we go.
I hope he wins.
Thing, guys.
Look at his face.
Khan was a senior at Yale in 2015.
He was a senior. He was almost done, guys. Sit in the asteroid.
Accused of assaulting a fellow student on Halloween night. The woman claimed that Khan raped her after she admittedly had too much to drink. Khan denied the accusations, was arrested, and faced a criminal trial. It took a jury 3 hours, just 3 hours, to acquit him on all charges.
There it is.
Story of
3 hours.
3 hours.
You know how for a criminal that is practically 15 minutes for them.
Clown world.
Because the amount of evidence, and I've been a juror, the amount of evidence in a criminal case is honestly a ton. So for them to get through all of it in 3 hours and be like, I was in a financial fraud criminal case.
Okay.
So I've done a lot of jury, both for civil and criminal cases, and so for them to be done in 3 hours means they're probably just like they got through the evidence so quickly that she had no case.
Yeah.
And basically, this is like, you know, hearsay, basically, you know, and personal grievances.
Yeah, you are right, man. Yep. He says treat school like work and don't date a person. Yep. I don't care what kind of skirts running around campus, guys. What were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it would be embarrassing if I was to be in a criminal case and I lost after the jury acquitted the other person in 3 hours. That means like I should have never been here. Because the jury, they should at least take 9 hours minimum to get through a lot of the evidence in the criminal. I guess for such a complex, because you have videos to watch, testimonies, like all the people speaking up there. So they watch all the testimonies, look at body languages, they look at the evidence. And so for them to get through all of that in 3 hours means they're a joke. It's so much to get through.
Yep. Of course, didn't end there. There was a hearing on Yale's campus in which Khan and his lawyer were unable to cross-examine his accuser. They were not even allowed to be in the same room when she testified. Yale suspended Khan and eventually expelled him. But now the Connecticut Supreme Court has found that Yale's kangaroo court was so unfair They issued a ruling
So it's not
in
even a
Khan's
public-
favor, accused favor.
Hold on.
They wrote the
I'll go back. Hold on. Give me a second.
Was it
Khan's favor in the
in?
accused favor. They wrote that Khan's lawyer's inability to cross-examine the accused reduced them, and we're quoting now, to the role of a potted plant, saying fundamental fairness requires meaningful cross-examination in proceedings like the one at issue.
Facts. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Why is it in every... See, this is crazy because these effinists and these wokey wokes, when it comes to this issue, more than anything else, they want to make it so that there's no presumption of innocence. There's no ability to face your accuser. There's no nothing. And here's the thing, guys: the systems in America are not discriminatory. There is no systematic racism, sexism, whatever. Not giving people access to those systems is what's racist, sexist, or whatever. And the left right now is trying to argue that especially men should not be given access to the freedoms and systems that make America great, like due process, presumption of innocence. I'm telling you that the left can go so far on the left that they end up on the far right. You know what I'm saying? Where they want to actually make this into a police state. You know what I'm saying? They want to take things that they don't agree with, and it's funny, oh, the government bad, but the people, some of the ones on the far right, we want small government, except for things we don't like. And the people on the left don't trust the government, except for when it comes to
Wait, do they even believe that anymore?
What's that?
I mean, I don't believe the same people who marched on Wall Street are lapping up all of this corporate. Like, they've practically sold their soul to the corporations on the left.
Yep, that's true. These corporations will all of a sudden have LDHG TV flags. Now, like, yay, corporations, slay queen, woohoo! You know what I'm saying? Clown world.
They act like they're not getting underpaid, and still having a miserable life.
I'm not trying to. Okay, I'm not trying to get political, but did you see that Patrice knucklehead from building lesbians mansions all of a sudden is like anti that small country over in the area above Africa? Do you see that?
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, dude. Guys, there's a story of this knucklehead who was like the head of the NYU Student Law Review, valedictorian and everything, graduated and got a dream job in New York at a huge law firm, but came out with an opinion on the whole thing that's going over there in that area north of Africa. And then the law firm's like, yeah, we aren't hiring this person. Oops. Oops.
Oh yeah, that famous actress that does kind of the spicy stuff, and is
yes.
So she got basically cut off.
Yeah, but here's the thing: she can't go back. She's banned from the Middle East, anyways.
I mean, even the left who supports those people, they are hated in the country that they support. Like, you think that they would have all those marches of the rainbows and stuff? They won't allow that in that country.
Not at all. Not at all, man.
Could actually sue his accuser for defamation, something he is doing now.
Good.
And Saif Khan joins us now.
Guys, he's suing her. He's suing her. Round of applause, guys. What do we always say, guys? Press charges. Okay? If she lays her hands on you, if she keys your car, if she won't leave your house, if she won't get out of your car, press charges. What are you saying?
You should do an update on this when we get one. Even if you do it like a video, because I hope this guy really gets his
gets some type of justice, man.
Saif, I appreciate you being here. You're suing Yale University for
There's Afghani Chad.
Chad Thunder. I don't even know him, but he looks so cool, bro. I would like to grab a beer with him and hang out.
Violated your rights throughout the investigation process. Help us understand, is your issue with the university and with the accuser? And I'm wondering why you wouldn't want to just move on from all this.
Are you serious? Are you serious? It is not going to say that.
It's ABC though.
No, this is News Nation.
Yeah, they're owned by ABC.
Oh, really?
They're all owned by the same people. There's only 3 big networks: ABC, NBC, and
dirty, moronic piece of trash, guys. This is what I'm saying. It's not.
Those are the weak men.
Yeah, it's the.
Yes, the weak men.
It's the simps. The simps are the ones that make it even worse for all of us. Guys, why wouldn't you just want to move on, even though this chick ruined your entire life?
And this is the demoralization campaign that the mainstream media does, is because of making this guy seem like he's the fact he's not. He didn't start this. He did not. He did not have. He consented into what he happened, but she consented also. But he did not start these proceedings. He did not go to court. He didn't do all of that. So I mean, except for wanting to sleep with a pretty girl, it's not criminal.
Here, I hope she was pretty, at least.
Imagine if she was a fat fat studies person.
Seriously, yeah. Imagine that.
He lost it all just for that.
What stupid question is this? Look at this.
With the accuser, and I'm wondering why you wouldn't.
There's one eye half closed, you caveman looking bastard, please.
Want to just move on.
Ugly.
From all this.
Well, good afternoon, first of all, Leyland, and thank you for having me. And my father and my grandfather, as they grew up in Afghanistan, have taught me to fight for principles, fight for what is correct. And so Yale has taken away my 20s, and I'll give them my 30s, and I will stand for what is fair.
Bro,
you said they took my
put that on a shirt. That's fire.
I'm gonna give him my 30s. Guys.
That is like.
Guys.
Yale has taken away my 20s, and I'm gonna give him my. That is rap bars right there, bro.
Boss. This guy is a boss, man. Yo,
that reminds me of the Geno Smith quote. They wrote me off, but I didn't write back. Like that's just like top level. Like who thinks of that?
This guy, right, dude? Look at that. That is a look of a determined man. What do you say? What did he say? I forget the little quote from John Wick. He is a man of conviction.
And so I'm suing the university, Jane Doe, and 13 Yale administrators who tend to be at the root cause of this.
Listen to that. Her team. So the universe works for her.
Yeah, that's true.
Respect and admiration for the true American justice system, even though it has flaws. The democratic constitutional republic has created a justice system that has cross-examination and a plethora of protections that protect both.
This turd on the left, he's not even listening at all.
Real victims.
No, he's like.
And people who are innocent. And that filtering.
Wow, she's going to say stupid stuff.
Based on the truth and based on evidence is something that the justice system does. And the Connecticut.
Evidence? Can these modern women even spell the word evidence now?
I think it's. Jay, doesn't it start with the A?
Pointed out. So
I want to get to this.
Look at that! Look at that!
Basically, what we have here is we have two
Jay.
tracks of justice, right?
They do this every time. Every time you make good points on mainstream media, they're like, "Well, let me ask this."
Yep, it's true.
Let him speak.
Who was the guy? There was a kid. I forget his name. he was talking about that day in September, and I think it was O'Reilly or something brought him on the show, and like all hell broke loose because he was like making really good points or something. I can't remember.
You were arrested. You were put on trial. Your lawyers had the right, as every defendant does, to cross-examine those who are making accusations.
He did not. He did not.
You were acquitted by a jury of your peers. That's the way the criminal justice system works. Then you're subjected to this, what I guess we could only call a kangaroo court, and the idea that the Connecticut Supreme Court sided with you over Yale says, I think, everything here about how unfair it was. This was Yale having its own sort of quasi-judicial system in which you can't cross-examine. Your lawyers weren't allowed to be in the same room.
Never mind.
Is the hearing on and on and on and on. We've done a lot of work on this about Title IX and how unfair these hearings are. My question is this: is the issue that Yale did what the federal government wanted them to do, or Yale sort of went beyond the unfairness that even the federal government allows and had its own sort of hearing system?
I believe it is a confluence of many factors, including the Dear Colleague letter that Obama had issued in 2011 and the investigation that the Department of Education was forcing universities to go through, within which universities would lose their federal funding, of which Yale receives hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Granted, most of those are about research, but the school is a corporation at the end of the day.
Yep, they panicked.
It is. There's been a capture of the administration within the university by extreme Jacobin leftists. That
there it is, guys. Yep. Round of applause.
Our boy, he's been red pilled.
Right there.
Jay, this is gonna be the most based man to ever walk the world, bro. Welcome to 21st century, man.
Moment.
When they ask why young men are moving right, just watch that video.
Right here, man. They mess with the wrong dude, man, because he's coming for him. He's coming for him, man. And I guarantee that if this guy wins, it's gonna change a lot how these cases.
Does he have a GoFundMe? Because honestly, I want to donate to him. Honestly, like, I'm gonna search up after if he has a GoFundMe and try to chip in.
And in their calculation, they assume that being from Afghanistan and being vulnerable, I mean, I had $94 in my bank account when they kicked me out, summarily suspended me, and they contacted.
So I think about why you're suing, and we've often sort of questioned the civil lawsuits in these sort of huge numbers, but $110 million is an awful lot of money.
There you go, guys. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. Round of applause. $110 million.
Honestly, that's a job in the bucket for Yale, though.
He is coming for that ass, dude.
I want him to win everything and more.
He's gonna get something, because if the state Supreme Court ruled in his favor,
I think it's Connecticut.
Yeah,
Connecticut is one of the most liberal courts known to mankind. Like, these are people who've never voted for a single like Republican. So these are not like you could say it's like, oh, some radical right wing judges. Like, they
also helps his case, because here's the thing: he's a Muslim immigrant from Afghanistan. Oops. You know what I'm saying?
He's like the
big bad
he's a
white
trophy.
Ivy League school,
right?
Big bad white Ivy League school is discriminating against the poor brown Muslim guy. Oh, right?
No, he's literally against everything the left hates.
Yeah,
and they're gonna attack him and run his name through the dirt. It's gonna be sad.
By a jury of your peers. Now you want $110 million. How do you get, and I say this respectfully, though, I get that your reputation was ruined. I get that your 20s were taken from you, and it's why we're having you on, because it seems profoundly wrong. But how do you justify $110 million?
How doesn't he justify $110 million?
Honestly, his answer should be, I want to make him bleed.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Guys, send the asteroid. Send it, dude. Crazy. How would he not come to this?
And he should also say that this lawsuit is not also just for him; it's for any other man that comes after him and also before him. Because it's not the last time Yale's going to do this. You know, Yale will try to play these games of being judge and executioner, even though they don't have that kind of power at all. No school except for the actual judicial system has this kind of power.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's largely a question for the jury to determine, in the sense that what should we do when Yale is not merely adjudicating the process, but they're putting their grubby fingers on the scale. They
Boom.
have, destroyed exculpatory evidence, and they were trying to mess with the prosecutor, and they had notes passed around that said, he's from Afghanistan. He must have done it because violence is accepted there.
No way! No way!
Stop, bro. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I knew
Is
that.
this the left racism again?
He's from Afghanistan. He must be part of the people that are over there that don't like women and all this other stuff. I knew that had to be it. That has to be why the court ruled in his favor. I mean, look.
Wow.
That is, and I'm telling you guys, the wokey wokes, these are the same people who want to say, oh, you know what I'm saying? And it is funny, guys, how the wokey wokes, Islam is kind of like this kind of weird spot in the wokey woke left, because they don't want to seem like they're Islamophobic, right? So they're so scared to call out any or criticize any of that, right? So
oh my goodness.
But now you see how quickly that the wokey wokes can try and use that against him. Crazy.
And along
why do you think they hate? Why would they hate you so much? Why would they have it out for you?
So
he's a man.
It's again a confluence of factors. I tend to go with my principles. There was
he said Jay. He said the P word principles. Yeah. The left is screaming like, we don't have principles. Yeah. We just let anything happen.
They don't have principles. They have positions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
When I was, people could do
and propaganda.
Yep.
Me, I was not the easy to fit box of white straight male.
Facts. There it is. There it is. Guys, this guy is dropping bombs.
And this is why I say any man who supports the left, I don't care what your skin color is, they will come for you in the end.
Yep.
They will come for you in the end. The left is only for women nowadays. If any man is still part of this,
you are a fool.
You're a disgrace.
White straight male. And I largely spoke about issues that I thought was unfair, and including issues of politics, including issues related to gender, or including issues to all sorts of stuff. I don't shy away from it. And so I'm not simply suing the university. I am taking down the entire system. Ultimately, I would prefer colleges should never be in the business of adjudicating crime. Adjudicate murder, arson. What about tax fraud?
Facts.
Right.
Facts. God, this guy's the man. He's the man. Not all heroes wear capes, man. They're freaking Afghani Chads.
I will buy this guy a cape, man. This is Chad Thunderstroke here is impressing me. This man, I gotta buy him dinner in the future, bro. This guy is so based. I will take him to a 5-star wine and dine.
That's true. He's right.
It's a fascinating question. And the pendulum is swinging. It swung so hard one direction, right? And obviously you were a victim of that. And now it's starting to swing back. And this lawsuit, the idea of being able to sue for defamation, really applaud your lawyers too, because it's a really interesting way of going after the university. We're going to keep following the case. Thank you. We appreciate it. And look, it takes somebody being willing to stand up for what's right and saying, I'm going to put a stake down and I'm going to fight for my freedom, as you did. And then I'm going to fight back against these universities in order to get change. So We applaud you for that. It's good seeing you. Come back and talk to us, all right?
Thank you for having me, Leland.
There you go, man. There you go. This guy's my hero, man. And I hope he gets paid. I
hope he gets so stinking rich that he can drive a Porsche to the Yale and
another
jeez.
Okay, so this is
and look, it's clear that how sexual assault allegations have been handled on college campuses is a deeply flawed process. You could argue it was deeply flawed long before, and the pendulum then swung too hard one way and now swinging back. Schools, as you have heard, are now allowed to have this quasi-judicial system with their own set of rules, regulations
clown world
that do not follow anything having to do with the rules of state and federal judicial systems. Kangaroo courts. News Nation legal analyst Sarah Azari is here with us. Sarah, I think it's important to make this note, right? Is at one point there was so many young women who were terrified to come forward. These processes were put in place to try to encourage them to come forward.
Wait. Young women were never terrified to come forward. I don't like that propaganda that they spin because
here's the craziest part.
The problem is these women had no evidence, so that this thing never happened.
How can you be too afraid to come forward to the police or the university, but you'll come forward to the media and talk to millions?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is they don't actually have real evidence, and this is not like real cases that they're bringing up of where they actually have a case. So they go in the case of public opinion, or they go to these quasi courts of universities where the man's life is ruined. They just practically get justice on the spot without actually having to prove anything. So if women are afraid to actually go and prove it before a jury, then that's not a real case. Like if anything happened to me, like if I was robbed today or something, and I have a case and I have evidence, I'm not afraid to go to the police. I would go to the police and file my report because I know I will get justice.
If someone broke into your house and like did something bad, and you knew who it was, and they got away with it would be your ethical responsibility to help stop that person so that they didn't do it again.
Right? Yes.
What I don't get about these people is if you have any evidence or anything, you have to go forward, because anything that happens to any people after that, you are complicit in that.
Yeah. And so I don't like that whole narrative that the media push. Like if a woman cannot go before the police and before a jury, independent jury, and a judicial system, and make her case that A and B happened to her, and then the dude ended up going to jail if it actually happened, then that's just fake cases. So a lot of women just couldn't false accusation of a bunch of guys, and so now they can just do it by either posting it on Twitter without any evidence. The guy's career is ruined. He gets fired. A lot of people call his jobs, but they never ever file any real cases in court. So now you have these kangaroo courts. I also think Twitter's a kangaroo court, just like these colleges.
Yeah,
like a woman can just say anything on social media that
they want. Yep, and then they'll be like, "Well, I didn't mean for it to get like this. I didn't think anything would happen."
Yeah, and so I'm like, if you.
Can I take it back?
And I take these cases very seriously because I have a bunch of sisters. So if this thing ever happened to any of them and it was a serious, I would be like gunning for that dude. But I'm not like this is propaganda when they push like women were afraid to come forward, blah blah blah. Like nobody who has a real case and has evidence and is serious about solving this issue was afraid to come forward. They just wanted to ruin a bunch of guys that didn't want them lives.
Yeah,
that's it. And so they couldn't do it really quick enough.
About them being a 304, and now they're on
panic
mode, you know?
Happy medium here, or do we just say schools shouldn't have any part of this?
I think your show is called On Balance, Leland. There needs to be balance in this. And, as a woman, I, of course, want women to come forward without any fear of retaliation, without a fear of being, not believed. But I do this in a court of law, and I do Title IX. I defend Title IX cases as well. And I see the
Jay.
absolute damage that this media.
My question is, it doesn't matter what people believe or believed or not believe. Do you have the evidence? I hate the word of like, oh, I'm fearful people won't believe me. Like, that doesn't matter. What matters in court is factual evidence.
Yep.
Beliefs do not mean anything in court. So when they say these very liberal words that mean nothing, like, oh, I don't want women to be afraid to come up forward. It doesn't matter what the public believes. She's not begging the public to try. This is a court, and so it just makes me lose faith in society when they say all these things like, oh, women won't believe. Like, it doesn't matter if I believe a woman or not as society, or society believes anything. And what matters is that they can go prove this in court and get justice for themselves, and the guy can be locked up so he doesn't do it again.
Yeah.
Belief should have no part into it. It should be about getting justice and stopping the perpetrator.
That's true. That's true.
To movement that's now become a racket has done to the process. When we're in a Title IX tribunal, like you said, it's not a real court. It's made up of administrators. There's no judge or jury. Evidentiary rules are limited. No cross-examination. Preponderance of evidence is the standard, not beyond a reasonable doubt.
Look at that. Preponderance of evidence and not beyond
right.
doubt. Fucking clown world, dude. Guys. Send the asteroid. Send it, dude.
These are the administrators that are allowed to just sit in their $1 million Massachusetts mansions while they ruin young 20-year-old dream
for the fat studies classes.
Yeah, these are evil people. That's funny.
Straight up, dude. That's all it is. It's clown world. Insane.
It really is set up to just kind of check the box that they allowed the accused to present his case and then find him guilty. And so, and when we look to it, at how victims.
Look at this guy's face. Doesn't he just have a punchable face? Yo, he's got a face.
He has no charisma at all. He has no charisma at all.
Play out in a court of law, there's an exorbitant number of bad act witnesses, prior acts that are let in. They're not part of the case. They're not accusing the defendant in that specific case. Statute of limitations have run.
So, sir, what do you make of this lawsuit? And this, when we read about it, it's sort of wild to sue your accuser of defamation, which normally is protected, because if you file a criminal complaint, you're protected. If it goes through you're protected by what you say in court. That the Connecticut Supreme Court of all people would say that the Yale process was so unfair, you don't get that protections. It feels like a watershed moment to me.
It is. And I think another watershed moment that we saw was, for example, it was a defamation suit, was with the Johnny Depp case. We're seeing that there are false accusations a lot. There are people that are.
Thank you. She said it. She said it, guys. She said it.
And this was always the problem with M2 and all these people, is because they just wanted to publicly basically hang these men without actually having to actually prove these claims in a legitimate court.
Well, but it wasn't.
They wanted kangaroo courts.
Equality. It wasn't about equality.
Yes. It was
about revenge. Because they say, hey, he did this. You go, well, hey, where's the evidence? And they say,
how dare you?
And they automatically want you to believe them, like it matters what I think.
You don't automatically believe all women?
How dare you?
I don't believe anybody until they give evidence, and I don't care if you're man or woman.
William, say that again.
I don't believe anybody until evidence is presented.
How dare
You know. I don't know why this has to be said in the 21st century, but this was something that was very known in American culture before.
Oh man.
telling the truth, but there are a lot of women who are not telling the truth. And so we have to have a system in place. And cross-examination, Leland, is the key tool that we have to
Thank you very
test
much.
somebody's credibility. When it's he said, she said, and we don't have forensics, we rely on cross-examination.
You hear
And
that?
so what better to
Yep, it's true.
I just told you it was hearsay. It was practically a kangaroo court of where her words was higher than his, just
Yep.
because she had the body part that they wanted, basically that they had a higher trustability with. Because you know, men are liars or whatever.
Mhm.
No actual evidence, no actual anything.
defer to a real court with real rules of evidence to let it play out. I think this defamation suit is significant because essentially, you know, I get this question all the time. All right, well, now I spend all this money and I defend myself and then I get acquitted. What about the damage that was done to me? How do I go
Facts.
after this person for making false allegations? And so this is key.
You got to get
because I
retribution.
there must
For sure.
be, you know, evidence that not only she didn't, you know, meet the standard of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, but that she had actually made false accusations.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think-
Boom. Yes.
Well, it's not-
That's
not
the key.
as you said, and we can't independently confirm this, but the idea that there were emails and other things from Yale sort of putting their hand on the scale and trying
Covering
to,
up.
to,
Yeah.
to change the
Covering
case.
up.
That changes everything. Sarah, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And I know we'll be checking in on your podcast called The Presumption with Jim Groton, an acclaimed criminal trial lawyer, in which
Now, guys, we are going to shift to Matt Araiza, okay? And guys, we have an interview right before he got exonerated, right, of this knucklehead, one of the worst and most infuriating interviews I've ever seen. And then we're going to do an update. So for those of you guys who don't know who Matt Araiza is, he was the punt guy. He was the kicker for I think he was the Bills. But yeah, so he didn't play for 2 years because of this foolishness. So here we go. This is like right before he was exonerated.
Matt Araiza, thanks for coming in and talking with us. Can you kind of set the stage for me? October 2021, this party,
2021.
off-campus college area. Why were you there?
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for having me, first of all. It was meant to be a celebration. We were having a great year, and one of the guys just threw a party at his house and invited all the guys over. And like I said, it was meant to be a celebration of us and all the work we've put in, and it turned out to be a pretty dark stain on the whole school and the football program for sure.
How long were you at the party before you met the
Sorry.
Maybe an hour.
His line of questioning is so like, why would you go to a party? How long were you there?
And listen to his voice. Look at how nervous and unprepared this guy looks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Also-
how much did you drink at the
I would ask you, if I was to do this interviews, like, what is the right answer? Like, if somebody asked me how long was the party, and I said 3 minutes and 22 minutes, 3 hours and 22 minutes, you know, and they're like, oh, why didn't you leave after 3 hours and 20 minutes? You know,
yeah, why is that relevant?
it's like dumb. Like, why are you even asking?
This interviewer just gets bodied in the comments.
Oh yeah, he's.
Man, like what? Like,
I don't know what they teach these guys in journalism school, but this is honestly a disgrace. I mean, I know journalism is already dead
I
now.
was drinking.
Yeah, it's basically that.
I had a designated driver, but I was not drunk by any means.
How many drinks do you think you had had?
I'm not sure. I
Who cares?
Do you remember what you were drinking?
The fuck?
I do not exactly know.
Listen, dude.
How did you end up meeting this teenager?
I was speaking with one of my teammates, and she kind of butted into our conversation and introduced herself.
And what did she say?
She gave us her name. She started being very forward. It was very clear what she wanted. She was being very flirtatious.
Flirtatious and forward sexually?
Yes.
And
what the fuck? Hey guys,
Beta!
interviewer, guys.
Yeah.
Spit up.
Why? I feel like he's a virgin, bro. I'm not even hating on him, but
Here we go. Here.
ended up going on the side of the house with her, having sex with her. How did that come to be? Did you lead her on the side of the house?
Well, I went around the side of the house with her, and I had sex with her. What an idiot!
that would be too base.
You end up on the side of the house with her.
I went to the side of the house to urinate. Usually the bathrooms are a long line.
Special delivery.
Not worth it to wait in that line. She follows me. We have a brief encounter. We go back to our friends, say bye. I'm there for maybe an hour more, and that was it.
How long after you met this girl what was the time period between the time you met her and the time you ended up having sex with her on the side of the house?
15 minutes.
Chad thunderstruck.
Dude, man, look at this guy. Yo,
that's too base.
15 minutes, dude. He was already smashing. Yo,
my record is 23 minutes, man. This dude's out here knocking them down like bowling pins, man.
15 minutes, dude. That is crazy.
I like his gelled hair, bro. He bagging them.
According to the lawsuit, you engaged in oral sex with her, or she engaged in oral sex with you.
He's like, she oral sex with me. What are you talking about?
Intercourse,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that part of the lawsuit is true.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever ask how old she was?
Mm-hmm. I did. She in what she was telling me, she made it clear that she was very experienced sexually, and that led me to ask the question of how old she was. And she
Hey, 15 minutes,
like,
bro.
Yeah, it's a 304. Yeah. 13 minutes and 57 seconds. She let me know that she was a 304 and she was DTF.
Looking in the eyes.
Why did you ask how old she was? I mean,
that goes along with sexual experience. I mean,
he's like, yeah, you wouldn't know, you dork. Matt Araiza's like, dude, I'm a Chad, bro. Hello, how do you not know these things? Of course, you don't know these things.
Beta.
Right? Look at his jawline, bro. This dude is out here just.
Goes along with time and age.
It wasn't her appearance or the fact that she had braces or she looked young.
What?
See? Whoa. You see? His demeanor has changed. Like, dude, what are you asking me?
The reason why you asked how old she was.
No.
So what was the reason?
You asked everybody. Wait a minute.
Anyone at a college party. How
even
old
I'm
you
an
are.
adult. I'm not in college, but I still ask these girls.
But even there's the program where like high school kids can go to junior college and stuff as a, as part of high school. So there can be 16-year-olds.
I'm glad that didn't happen to my colleges. Jeez.
Claiming to be very sexually experienced, and that was where I went in the conversation.
Okay. And you wanted to know that before you engaged in sex with her?
No, that was just a natural question following how she had been acting.
Does this man not ask the girls who gauge their age?
Look at how nervous. This is like an SNL sketch. Have you seen
right?
Chris Farley used to be like his own show and he was all nervous and he didn't know how to ask questions? That's right. Rita Gamer says, yeah, like adults can't have rib braces, right? Facts.
This man's acting too sus.
And this sex on the side of the house was consensual, right?
Very much so. I mean, we were within an earshot of everyone else.
He said, dude.
At any point, she didn't want to be
there.
Said,
dude, look at me. He's like, are you serious, bro? Like, look at me. Come on now.
I would have done the SpongeBob when he got he looked like a cowboy with the jawline and he was making like a face If you did that face, you like look at me, you know.
Yeah.
Friends have admitted she came back, bragged about it, was happy, was dancing. So beyond
She
consensual.
bragged about sleeping in chat.
Was she taking videos with her cell phone? Was anybody taking videos of this particular sexual encounter?
No. The only videos I know of were outside. One of her friends took a video that kind of shows the whole party. We got it in one of our depositions.
You've been deposed in this
I have
case.
not. No, I was scheduled to be, and her attorney canceled it.
Okay. Right, because her cell phone was lost, as you probably know, and was
Of course it was lost. Clown world, guys, come on, dude.
How
Come on,
convenient.
if you guys honestly believe that there wasn't some calculated move to lose her cell phone, guys, if you honestly believe that that's the truth, I got something for you.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Come on, guys. Come on. Of course
And
she lost her cell phone.
I would like to say this. The girl who sued him, this is what she wanted. He's on TV. He is being hammered, and most of the public, at least the girls, are gonna be like, "Oh, he's the bad guy," and so his character is being assassinated.
Yeah,
and so even if he wins, this is a kangaroo court.
But the thing is, but they've never.
She never has to talk.
Yeah, no.
The girl never has to talk.
Listen. They didn't do criminal court. She did a civil suit and then embellished the whole thing in the civil court story. But then it just got thrown out of court. And now he settled. He didn't settle for any money, but he settled just like Trevor Bauer did. Because if it got thrown out, then he can't sue her back. He's coming for her too. He is coming for her. He said so. He's like, I'm coming for that ass, man.
Ever found? Did you ever see her with her cell phone at that point?
No, I never did. That part of the story is very confusing.
Jamie said,
heard her and her friends.
That is like,
what's up, man? How you been, man? Good to see you.
Came back later that night looking for the cell phone. The owner of the house asked to see the Find My iPhone app, and that app put it at a couple houses down the road. So we're kind of confused about that whole thing.
The lawsuit says you
basically you just call it BS.
Give her a drink?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever see her drinking?
No.
Did you think she appeared drunk?
No, she didn't. She didn't stumble. She didn't slur her words. She was looking.
She was just a plain old 304.
Right?
And the eyes making sense, and her friends are admitting.
She don't need alcohol to sleep with Chad.
Look, her friends snitched on her, dude. Her friends snitched on her.
Okay, very good. And but she was very overly flirtatious, talking about sex, telling you she was 18.
Mm-hmm.
So?
But she didn't appear drunk.
No.
Okay, because I've seen this YouTube
Listen to how he's talking.
Wait, what?
Like who is this guy?
video of her that was recorded the night before at a completely different party where she's telling people she's 18. She's going into very graphic details about her past sexual encounters. Have you seen that video?
I have, yes, sir.
Is that the way she was acting the night you met her?
No, more contained for sure. That video is pretty.
If it walks like a 304, talks like a 304, looks like a 304, it's probably a 304.
Wow.
To you, does she appear drunk in that
Dude, that's the third time you've asked. Shut up.
I'm telling you, a kangaroo court right now where he's doing to this dude.
Look at his face.
Borderline. I don't know. I haven't ever met her outside of a party. I don't have anything to compare her personality to. I think that's pretty key.
He's left with her in 15 minutes. Like he's not gonna have a whole
accusations and GoFundMe's, man. Those are it's divorce, false accusations, and GoFundMe are the new.
I mean, divorce money is running up though. Is running out, so they got to find new cash cows.
Facts.
Something like that.
The fact that she was so overly flirtatious and talking about sex, that didn't indicate to you that she might be drunk? I mean, she was a teen.
Dude,
What? Wait a minute.
dude, are you a virgin?
These three
bro?
folks
Like,
talking,
you
right?
know, like, do you not know that girls see a popular football player like a Uber Chad, like this guy, and are super forward? Like, this guy doesn't even know, dude. And you know what though? This is kind of funny because like I was talking to my dad. He's in his 60s. He's like 66 now, and like he was not quite clear like how girls are more promiscuous and more sexually forward than boys are now. There is, I like, dude, these young dudes, these young millennials and Gen Z dudes. I said, if you're the dude, you are the dude. I said there are girls who are literally saying no dates, no nothing, let smash, and he just couldn't believe it. I'm like, yeah. I was like, dude, yes. There are dudes
I've been
on dating sites. Look, I used to clean up on dating sites too, man. You know what I'm saying? Girls would be like, oh yeah, you would text for like an hour and a half, 2 hours next to, what are you doing tonight? Like, oh, word?
I mean, I've been in those relationships where a girl just texts you like,
you would say,
come to my job. I want it now. And so it's like, what? So... No, it's normal nowadays for these 3 or 4 to talk about the guys they slept with and all their experiences and what they can do,
guy and say, hey, look, let's do this thing.
Teenager. And
Jameson.
Maybe even now looking back, do you think that she acts like that when she drinks?
That's a very common
He
thing
saw her
at
for
San Diego
15
State.
minutes.
If the average person could go to a party at San Diego State, this whole story would make a lot more sense.
Facts.
This is not uncommon at all.
It's common to have sex with a stranger 15 minutes after meeting them?
For him, it is.
For women to act like that at parties, yes.
Yes.
It is common.
Okay, very good. I've seen...
okay, very good.
Also, this DA recording, which, when did it come out? Last month. And it was distributed, and it basically records the DA telling her why they are not filing criminal charges. Have you heard that recording?
I have, yes, sir.
It also references some videos that were cell phone videos that were taken in the bedroom. Have you seen any of those cell phone videos?
I have not seen them. In one of my previous interviews, I misspoke and said that I had seen them. That is not true. I just read the couple of descriptions we have. We have descriptions from the police. Then we have the transcript and what's described from the audio you just mentioned.
Okay, very good. When the DA announced they were not filing charges against you, what was your reaction? What was your parents' reaction?
I told you jerks all along I didn't do any damn thing. But no, all these knuckleheads decided. That's what I would have said.
We were happy, but with the evidence that we had been told about, it was pretty clear that would be the decision.
Did you
basically he just said she had no evidence
on the side of the house? Did you leave right away?
Pretty shortly after.
I've seen some comments that maybe you left at the end of the party, or do you know when the party broke up? This was around 12:30 in the morning during this party that these sex acts occurred on the side of the house.
No, quite a bit prior to that.
Prior. When do you think you left?
Between 12 and 12:30. And from what I've heard, I believe the party ended at 2 a.m., around there.
Which way did you take when you left the party?
Wait, what?
I believe I went out.
This guy is the worst interviewer that I've ever seen in my entire life. He's very...
This is what they want.
Isn't he? He's very, very, very off-putting.
There's a side gate kind of in the back left side of the house, of the backyard.
Did you enter that way as well?
No, I went in through the front of the house.
So you went in through the front door, but you left through the side gate. And you had designated drivers.
I did.
Jay,
because
what does this have to do with the case?
I don't know.
Which door you? If I ask you, this morning, what side of the bed did you come out of? Did you come out of the left and right?
So the first part of the party, you took a piss in the bathroom on the top floor, and this, before you left, you took a piss in the bathroom on the first floor. What does that have to do with anything? Come on, man.
So crazy.
Because I had something to drink and I wasn't gonna risk that.
And these individuals didn't have anything to drink.
No,
That was
sir.
the plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any regrets about that
You
night?
think?
Well, obviously, based on the
Yeah.
consequences, I would have rather done anything else that night for sure.
Don't sleep with 3 or 4s.
I can look myself in the mirror and know I didn't do anything evil, never meant to hurt anyone, never did anything to hurt anyone that night.
Do you take any responsibility? You know, does anything rest on your shoulders for what happened that night?
No.
Or
For the consequences that I faced?
No.
Yeah, I mean, do you take any responsibility for your actions that night?
No,
with
he didn't do
with
it.
a young girl.
Guys, is he serious?
Beta.
This fucking guy. This interviewer.
Watch.
Come on, man.
The thing is, he can't answer this. This is a trap because it's the case. And so if he says on TV he takes responsibility, then that would go onto court records.
But do you?
This is a trap.
But do you notice what he did? He said, "Look, do I take responsibility as far as the consequences that happened to me?" I'd say, "Hell no. This is wrong. I'm the victim here."
And, you know, the consequences that happened afterwards.
No.
I mean, your behavior that night. Do you take any responsibility for that?
There's that saying.
Look at how he said his behavior.
Hold on.
After midnight, right? I think that could probably go a little bit
missed
earlier.
it. Hold on,
So I do. I definitely. Nothing good happens after midnight, right? I think that could probably go a little bit earlier. So I do. I definitely should have had more of a sense of where my life was going, and that being out at a party like that could cause.
So I guess that is right. Like if you're getting a multi-million-dollar contract with the NFL, you probably should stay home because anything could happen. You can get hit by a car. You can get, someone could spike your drink with friggin' something. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. Yeah, you have more to lose than the average guy, and that even if something regular happens, even if something mundane happens, it can cause really big repercussions. But as far as the assault charges, no, I would say no. The consequences of what are happening to me, this is just wrong.
Unfortunate things to happen.
Right. I mean, talk to me a little bit about what happened to your life after this young lady filed the lawsuit and named you.
Yeah, career completely upended. Fired, I believe, 2 days after earning the starting job, and have yet to make it back on a team. So I'm confident that it will happen. I'm confident I will get another shot, but definitely put a big pause on my life.
But you don't blame yourself for any of these consequences.
Why would he?
There's a very big difference between losing your job for something you did and losing your job for something you didn't do. My name was attached to gang rape by every media outlet in the country, even though there was never a gang rape, there was group sex. And secondly, I was never a part of that. So that is something I'm definitely taking in mind when I think about that and my personal choices and what this has caused.
Okay. What's going to make this lawsuit go away, do you think?
Dude, whoever this guy is on the right, I hope that. Never.
He's a dirtbag.
He's a scumbag.
I'm not sure. I believe they are under the understanding that they have opened themselves up for liability, and they're going for a Hail Mary, a jury that believes in emotions over facts and evidence.
Facts
is how I see this.
Was there an offer of $50,000 to settle the case?
There was.
Yeah,
Yep.
he said no.
Who made that offer? What happened?
Her attorney presented that offer to my attorney, and my attorneys knew that I wasn't going to take it. They're obligated to present it to me, and I gave it a day to think about it, even though I knew where my mind was at immediately.
Because if he would have given her money and settled, then he can't sue her back.
And no, I will not pay money after the damage has been done, and I will not pay money for a lie to be retracted.
Wait, he was supposed to pay her?
The lawsuit.
She asked for him to give her $50,000.
Oh my! The audacity!
Resume your career.
What's up, Chris? How's it going, man?
I could, but I believe that would be seen as an admission of guilt.
Yeah.
I believe that's somewhat how I see it. And when I've heard about these stories in the past, and you hear about a civil lawsuit being presented to someone, then all of a sudden it goes away and it's dropped. I think the obvious explanation is, well, they settled. And in my mind, that's an admission of guilt. I'm not at all concerned that a jury will bring a judgment against me.
Are you going to sue Dan Gillian? Are you going to sue the accuser? Are you going to sue San Diego State?
I get Oprah. You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit. Everybody gets a lawsuit.
I will not sue San Diego State. I will sue Dan Gillian. My one offer will be I will offer to not sue her if the lawsuit is dropped now. We're both very young. Let's move on with our lives.
Right, you are both very young. What would you say to her at this point? I know you had a pretext telephone call with her, but what would you say to her now that all of these details have
Hope it was worth it. Hope it was worth it. And I would say, look, I want a public apology because I'm coming for that ass, man. Straight up, I'm coming for everything that you'll ever make. I'm coming for your parents' pension. I'm coming for everything.
Come out.
Just exactly that. Our lives have both been chaotic over the past 9 months, and it's time to move on. The world knows the facts now. Let's just move on.
Have you had a conversation with your parents about, what happened at the party that night and your judgment in participating in at least what you say is consensual sex?
What? See, there it is. There it is.
The cunts can't help themselves.
What you say.
Now that all of these details have come out.
Just exactly that. Our lives have both been
complete stranger in participating in at least what you say is consensual sex with this complete stranger.
Yeah, of course I've spoken to them about it.
What did they tell you? What's your
well, at first the focus
this guy is so bad.
What was going on?
So bad.
You are right. It wasn't the best judgment, but if having a hookup in college warranted you losing your job, losing your career, the unemployment rate would multiply by 10. Let's be very
yeah, facts, absolute facts, guys. Right there.
Honestly, bro, I would never get a job in the country if I was in college. Oh boy.
Says he should drop a lawsuit if he gets her to make a public. Jackson, yes, yep, that's true. That's true. I agree.
This happens. It happens at every college campus across the entire country every weekend.
The entire globe. What is this man talking about? 3 or 4s are exist on everywhere.
Sure.
Reiterate. You actually thought she was 18 and you had no inclination that she was drunk.
Of course. Not in a million years would I believe that a high schooler would sneak into a college party. That's not on anyone's mind. And I've asked around. I go to teammates, to people I knew in college, did you ever think that anyone at these parties was a high schooler? And every answer has been no.
And the fact that you may have been drinking didn't cloud your
what does it have to do with anything?
Your perception as to whether she may have been drinking or drunk.
No.
Okay, very good. Final question.
Very good.
Do you think this?
Okay, very good. Very good. I don't get laid because I'm a goofball somehow. I'm a diversity hire on the news because of my autism.
Civil case
He's so
is going
stupid.
to have to end before any team considers hiring you.
I do not. No. I believe I'll be getting a shot very soon. That's in my heart. It's in my mind. That's what I'm preparing for. That's what I believe.
Why do you think that?
Because
he's good.
The evidence is there. All the evidence is there. All the facts are there. We can give any team all the evidence to where if they decide to sign me, they can sit in front of a press conference and I'll do it myself and field questions like this and go through the entire
and deal with dumber interviewers than this guy, if that's possible.
Right, and the facts and the evidence. And people don't just have to believe me at my word. The 35 witnesses, the 9 videos.
That nobody wants
the night is
to
not
believe.
He said, she said type of thing. This is not where we're going to be going after each other's character and who do we trust here.
Yep.
The evidence is perfectly laid out.
And I know
Facts.
You probably don't want this to all play out in court. I mean, depositions, taking the witness stand. It seems like there has to be some way to settle this if, in fact, there was no wrongdoing on your part.
I'm unwilling to settle. That will not happen.
And Dan Gillian, you think you're going to sue him?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you for coming in and speaking with us.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Did you see?
I wouldn't shake his hand at all.
Did you see how he blamed him as for not settling? Like, if you're so innocent, why did imagine if mainstream media blamed women who are these so-called victims?
Yep.
Like, it's disgusting.
Yep, it's true. Hold on, this is
Former
Wait,
that's
the update.
Araiza has filed a new defamation lawsuit tonight against the teenager accusing him of rape. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. Araiza's attorneys have now viewed cell phone videos of the then 17-year-old girl taken during the off-campus party in October 2021. And as our David Gottfredson reports, CBS 8 has learned a second young woman reported being raped at the same house 5 months earlier.
I'm unwilling to settle.
2 months ago, former San Diego State and NFL punter Matt Araiza told me he would not sue his accuser if she dropped her lawsuit, accusing him of raping her at an off-campus SDSU party in 2021.
I will offer to not sue her if the lawsuit is dropped now. We're both very young.
But she didn't drop the lawsuit. He was exonerated. So he said, you know what? I gave you a chance. And now, guess what, dude? Guess what? I'm going to stick the dogs on you. They're coming for you, man. They're coming for you.
Move on with our lives.
But the teenage accuser did not drop her lawsuit.
Here it is.
In fact, she added 2 more former Aztec players as defendants for a total of 5 players she is accusing of rape. Today, Araiza filed his own lawsuit in San Diego court, accusing the now 19-year-old woman of making, quote, defamatory statements with malice and intent to cause plaintiff harm and damage his reputation.
I think you found your punter.
Araiza was cut from the Buffalo Bills days after the woman filed her lawsuit back in August. Araiza's new complaint cites several media interviews the woman did where she talked about the alleged rape.
I was led into the room and I was pushed down.
Why did they show her?
The bed and
because of America. That's why.
Started going in and out of consciousness.
CBS 8 has also learned that a second young woman reported to police that she was raped at the same off-campus house on Rockford Drive 5 months earlier on the evening of May 5th, 2021.
What does that have to do with this case?
Service record says the event was a rape report filed by an adult woman. Quote, female woke up in her own bed today, has bruises all over, has no recollection of what happened. The district attorney's office says no criminal charges were filed in that May 2021 case, just as no criminal charges were filed in the October incident involving Araiza. San Diego police will not release any information on the earlier report, saying it's an active investigation more than 2 years later.
Who did what to whom is really what matters right now, and we have a right to find out.
Dan Gillian represents the young woman accusing the 5
Dan Gillian, you're getting sued too, buddy.
Former football players of rape. He plans on filing a motion to compel San Diego police to turn over more information about this second rape report.
You know, I've been critical of the police department for investigating cases like this.
Please. Betas.
So maybe they're concerned that this, this investigation.
He's just there for the money.
Inadequate investigation. I don't know.
And in yet another development tonight, attorneys representing Matt Araiza tell me they recently viewed 12 sex videos recorded at the off-campus party.
What?
They say the videos confirm earlier reports from the DA's office that the girl did not appear drunk and appeared to be consensually engaging in sex acts with several football players at the October 2021 party. The attorneys representing
Not
the
this
young
guy
woman say
again.
those videos are short, taken off Snapchat, and they don't show what really happened
Okay.
in the room that night.
Clown world, guys. Hold on. This is there's video of when he got
Matt Araiza, thank
exonerated. Okay, here we go.
Told us.
San Diego State alum and former Bills punter Matt Araiza is training to get back into the league after being exonerated in an alleged rape case.
See? He got exonerated, guys. Round of applause. I'm telling you, man, this is not a joke. And these girls, well, the amount of most of SA claims are unreported. Well, if they're unreported, how do you know that they even happened? And then, these false accusations are so rare. Please, Clown World, send the asteroid. Chris, say something, man.
Man, I had to rush home. No.
Chris,
No.
did you see this? Did you see this?
Chris is going 90 on the highway.
Did you see the freaking Fat Studies class? Fat Studies is a major now?
Wait, repeat that. Again?
There's a degree called Fat Studies.
Fat Studies, dude.
Oh, there's no way, bro.
Look at the schools that have curriculums. Of course, Washington State University, Southern Oregon, Lewis and Clark in Oregon, University of Kansas. Fat, food, and body in global perspective. A number of disciplinary voices include fat studies, ethnicity theory, food studies. Clown World. Look at this. May include cultural and gender politics of fatness, thinness, anorexia, feederism, food, sex, and animality, food purity movements, neoliberalism, and the consuming body, and the material and symbolic aspects of fats and oils. Guys, please, someone send the asteroid, dude. Send the asteroid.
Awful.
Come on, man.
But
Come on, look at this. Embracing size diversity, focus on the relationship between discrimination caused by body, sex, gender, and the weight stigma. Listen to that, dude. And look, emphasis on health at every size, aka HACE approach. Look at this. Washington University in St. Louis, queering the history of health. Now, if that isn't the truest statement you've ever heard,
Jay,
but one of these wokey wokes. What's up, man?
It's a good thing heart attacks don't care about your fat studies.
Seriously, look at this. And of course, this was the one. Tactical Chris William. Look at this. The contested bodies course description states that students will consider the experience of bodies that don't fit the norm, queer bodies, fat bodies, transgender bodies, and bodies of color. How the hell did we get grouped into this?
You gotta put the race card up.
Into this? Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, I can't.
We can't.
Isn't it funny how they always compare being like LDHD TV, being neurodivergent, being fat, to us being black?
That's why
anything unpopular that they want to push, they just slap black on top of it. Because then people, anything unpopular, they're just like, oh yeah, black.
Not so because all of it's all part of the intersectionality bullshit, the cultural Marxism, intersectionality. Yeah, that's all it is. Like they have to throw. Well, like whenever you see a situation on the news, right, where let's say it's someone does something quote unquote that's sexist, and then you notice the people, the activists, and they go into the diatribe, they always go, this sexist, racist, homophobe, blah blah blah. They just throw it all together because now it's just one.
Wait, tactical. So you're actually saying that like weight and health are actually intertwined?
How dare you?
I think so, man.
You're actually saying that a doctor asking you how much that you weigh is not some form of discrimination?
How dare you?
Jesus. Yeah, man. All this is freaking dumb.
Somebody call his job.
That's why a lot of this stuff, like a lot of this activist stuff, I just freaking ignore. Like you already know my business, the career I'm in. We don't have time for that shit. Like we really don't. Like
the Office of Social Justice and Diversity, okay, which is obviously the biggest waste of money at Montclair State University, also recently created a Fearless and Big, aka FAB, discussion group that was offered during the 2022 spring semester.
They were one letter off. Jay, they were one letter off from being canceled for life.
Right? guys, I'm gonna sum up college for you, right? Hey, this is college these days.
Big clown show.
One big clown world, dude.
You know what people don't understand, like now, you know how like back in the day we dealt with the hood rat black chicks, right? And we've had our struggles with those, right? But I believe, and you know, I could be wrong, but this newly educated BWs, like you know the video that you posted this morning about that black woman that went on a date with the Indian dude or whatever.
Yeah.
These new ladies, or these like the Cynthia G underlings.
She got demonetized.
Oh, she finally got demonetized.
She got demonetized. Guys.
Wait, Chris. Wait. What is Chris?
YouTube.
What was Chris saying?
Hold on. Give YouTube a round of applause.
She should have been demonetized.
Huh?
Why did she get demonetized?
Because she was talking too much trash.
You know, this is the same lady that has advocated for the
aborting
murder of black male fetuses.
Yes.
But now they demonetized her?
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
she got demonetized like 3 days ago. Yeah.
Wait, who's this?
Cynthia G. She's a black female YouTuber that hates black men.
Yeah, no. I can't watch black female YouTubers. I just can't.
Female YouTubers are either grifters or they're such haters that they might as well be part of that group that wears the white sheets. You understand?
They're worse than that.
Yeah, guys. Here.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys a preview.
I mean, the white sheets are blushing at white liberals, bro. When they be blushing, man.
Speaking of the B-dubs, right, guys? I have a preview of a video that I'm gonna do. Here we go.
This is her?
No. Hold on. Listen.
So these are the chicks I'm talking about right
It's
here.
okay to judge you if you have herpes. Every single living person on this planet is imperfect.
Let's start again.
Y'all, why do people think it's okay to judge you if you have herpes? Every single living person on this planet is imperfect. Some people don't even get herpes by having sexual
I got a question.
You can get herpes in a lot of other different ways. So why is it
I have a lot of questions.
someone finds out that you have herpes, the main thing that they go to is like, oh my gosh, that's so gross, that's so dirty. What if she shares utensils or tools with da-da-da-da? They're going to get it. Oh my God. Not only that, but what gives them the right to be able to speak on something they don't know or they're not educated on? A lot of people have a lot of things to say without checking themselves first. And I'm so over it. Like, what's going on in their lives to think that they're so-called better than us?
Because we are better because we don't have the herp derp. Guys, am I crazy?
So she said, gives you the right, my life, my health.
my negative test results.
If you have the herp derp, why would you talk about it?
Yeah.
Like,
and guys, her comments. Look, someone says, "Why is she on social media with it though?" And look, she goes, "Well, you can get it other ways." Homeboy says, "But you got them through sexual relations, didn't you?" She says, "Yes, I did." Look at that.
I mean, at least she's a proud 3 or 4. So at least we know to avoid her.
Look,
he's like, that doesn't put you on top of anything.
Yes, it does.
And all I can say to that is that they better check themselves before they wreck themselves.
Oh, please. What are you got to do? throw your tampon at him again. Come on, man. What are you
promise you don't need to be worried about what's going on over here. You need to go and figure out what's going on in your own life.
She sounds like she has a third grade education talking about you need to get educated, bro. Oh, jeez.
I want you guys.
All I have to say is what, Sodom and Gomorrah, don't turn back. Keep walking
Straight
forward,
up,
bro.
dude. Guys.
What happened with the hair, bro?
Take a
Is
shot
she bald?
every time that you hear a BW buzzword, all right? Because we all know these BW buzzwords: the healing, self-love, I found Jesus, all that other stuff, right? Well, okay, you ready?
Many people were wondering, why in the world would I put on social media that I have herpes? Like, seriously, what would make me want to do this? Then I thought about it for a second. It's a given fact that I know myself.
Attention.
I love myself. I love God.
There it is.
And I love
I told you.
This is so bad, bro.
Anyone drunk yet? Because that's a lot of shots, guys.
James, God will throw her in the fiery pits of hell and sit there and laugh, bro. She does not understand.
That's just crazy, man.
She put God's name in the same video as the herb derp.
Yeah. Anytime that
God
these
in
things
This is blasphemy.
God in the
It's
angels.
blasphemy.
Hold on.
They looking down like yo, this bitch is crazy. They just laughing themselves off.
Here's the thing: you guys notice that anytime that these 304s mess up their lives, right? Where they take out a bunch of debt, that like they're a single mom with a bastard child, or they have some disease that won't go away. All of a sudden, they find Jesus, and it's God's plan. Clown world.
Same playbook.
Yep.
How low I felt when I first got diagnosed with herpes back in 2019. I was so sad to a point I wanted to commit suicide.
She's been having it for 2 years.
And once I healed from that,
Yep.
Wait, you have it for a long time? I don't even know anything about it, the herp derp anyways. So.
That's
Was this
disgusting.
before or after the lockdowns? That's what I want to know.
It's clearly before. She's been at 304 for a long time, bro. She's a seasoned vet, bro.
Yeah, has to be, dude. Like I just don't understand. And there's
almost 30.
There's guys who will still jump in it, knowing that a chick has the hurt dirt too. Nope.
Disgusting.
No way, dude. Seriously, I don't understand. Guys, I tell you, anytime that anything goes wrong, they get pregnant by some idiot and have a baby. They get the herp derp. You know what I'm saying? Anything they get arrested for some crime. All of a sudden, guys, he's all about Jesus. All about Jesus.
Jesus take the wheel. That's basically what it is.
I was
It looked like Jesus
wow,
Would be so funny if she comes out as a born again virgin, bro. I would I would just be rolling on the floor. I'm like, what?
Yo, a lot of them did that shit. A lot of them did, bro. A lot of them.
The crazy thing is that she has herpes, though.
Yeah.
The herp derp.
The ones that are religious, the ones that try to go back into the church, not the ones that just say like, "Hey, I got a relationship with whatever," but the ones that are like you watch videos like, "Oh, I'm really hard."
You cutting out, dude? Like, no. A little bit. You cut out.
Can you hear me?
What happened?
Yep.
What did you say?
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Yeah, a lot of them. They all do that. They really believe like that shit just all the stuff that they did in the past.
Even after having kids, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a born again." Like, are you insane? What are you talking about? But hold on, guys.
And I love. I love to exude that and spread love and spread joy and happiness because I found that within myself. I wanted to use my platform to uplift others, to make people feel
She's such a
happy
degenerate.
about their relatable situations that they're going through, these obstacles
Nobody
in life that we
relates to
face
this.
every single day.
Oh my.
I am a pure example of someone
Jay?
who went through something
dude,
that
come on.
felt like it was the worst life event that could possibly come across my timeline, and I got over it.
But you didn't get over the disease.
Jay,
You still got it. What happened?
who would take motivational advice from somebody who has a heart? If you can't pay your rent this much, your rent this month, when you think, oh my goodness, it's Black Chick had the herb dip and she's surviving, so that means
and she managed to get through it. And of course, look, guys, she wrote an ebook called
she's so
Diagnosed.
narcissistic,
Guys,
bro.
She wrote an ebook called Diagnosed with Confidence. For 50 cents on Amazon, right? Come on, man.
I'm living
she's a clown.
Seriously.
She's a clown.
Beautiful life, and I just want that for you too, so bad. I even told you how I do it, and that's why I made
Attention is a drug, kids.
It literally talks about everything that you need to do in order to get to that point where I am.
Who wants to be where she is, dude? Are you serious? Guys,
Close your legs, we won't be here.
Who would ever want to be in this chick's position?
Not me in a million years.
Guys,
This is disgusting.
The asteroid right now. Clown world, dude. This is crazy.
Right now, yeah. Fuck that.
I don't know, man. I'm not dealing with this foolishness. Where were we? Oh yeah, Matt Araiza. Hold on.
He's joining us now.
Wait.
What happened?
Chris was explaining about something about Black women in education.
Oh no,
I don't know if
he basically finished that point with that whole page. Like that whole page that he just showed, those are the ladies, like the hood rat. Like I said, the hood rats we had to deal with, but these new ladies are worse than the hood rats in my opinion.
Yep, because at least hood rats might be crazy, but they don't have okay.
Some of them have a heart.
Well, here, the thing about a lot of hood rats, right, is like they would stay in the hood and you can just leave them behind, right? But a lot of these educated hood rats might end up in your workplace, might end up like in places where you're like, I don't need this foolishness. And then you being one of the only blacks there, because most of us professional blacks have always been the only blacks there, they associate you with her. It's like, well, I don't even know her. What are you talking about?
Honestly, I won't be surprised if that woman, she ended up becoming HR, and then she makes her company end up doing awareness of the herder.
Yeah,
making it a month at her company.
Exactly. That's why they're the worst. She's gonna end up in that position. She's definitely gonna end up in that position.
She'll be doing herb workshops.
Yeah, especially
It's stigmatizing.
Guys, here, hold on. Let's one at a time, guys. Tactical. What were you saying? Oh, you're cutting out again.
Ah, damn. Yeah, especially if that circle is like really small. Like if you work in a and there's like 5, 6, 7 like people there and they all congregate. So whatever BS going on within that small circle spills out into the greater company. So you got to deal with it because you're quote unquote.
Okay, here we go.
Plans to move forward in light of new information that came out. Matt, good morning. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is a case that got national attention and took a long time for really the case to unfold. And a lot of that had to do with the investigation that was going on. But you've been exonerated. The DA's office, that information came to light. They found no evidence to charge you in this case. Talk about the moment that you heard that bit of information.
It was great. It was great knowing that there was all this evidence and it wasn't a he said, she said type thing. Like a lot of these cases
Amen,
So
brother.
I'm grateful that there's evidence that points to the truth and would potentially tell a jury exactly what happened that night.
Just looking back on it, on all of it, at what point you made it through the season? Were you unaware that there was any trouble brewing during the entire football season?
Yeah, I had not been arrested, not been questioned by anyone. So it was a big surprise when everything came out.
I mean, there was so much video evidence in this case, and ultimately, once it was handed over to the DA's office, they apparently wanted to, according to what you've told us, they wanted to then look and make sure that they were hearing it right, that you weren't involved, even though the young woman in this case said that you were involved. No video evidence showed that. What was it like for you? I mean, this changed the course of your career now. I mean,
and there's no criminal charges against her whatsoever. Clown world.
It should be illegal. It's crazy what she did to him.
It's true.
The Bills let you go after signing you because of this legal trouble.
I sued them too.
I mean, how did you respond? What did you do? You knew this whole time that I didn't do this. I mean, but you've lost over a year of your career.
Yeah, it was brutal. I just had to trust the process and trust that the evidence would come out in the end and trust that the truth would win in the end. That's kind of what
Hey guys, just so you guys know, he is an anomaly. He's an outlier. All right.
Yeah.
Guys, if you honestly think that you can trust in the process, guys, I got something for you.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray.
You stole my thunder, bro.
Straight up, dude.
You still, because I was about to say, just like with like this process, not only his case where he got exonerated, where Deshaun Watson got exonerated. I'm thinking about
Deshaun Watson's one lucky SOB. Deshaun Watson, honestly, like it looked dark for him at a certain period, like because the teams were coming after him, all this fake news. It was just he's lucky he's rich. If he was an average dude, he would be done.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Chris?
But yeah, basically, yeah. Like I was thinking about other European football players, Benjamin Mendy, Mason Greenwood, these guys. But it's like William said, like if you're the average dude, you're beat. So you got to understand what you're what you're working with, and just do not leave it up to fate. Because if you're just leaving it up to fate, it's gonna be one. And the reason why I rushed on to this stream, because I wanted to say this. Corey Holcomb said this in 2019. What happened to Bill Cosby, what happened to R. Kelly can happen to you if you're fornicating with women that don't have your back. And most of us are messing with women that don't have our back. And any of us can be these people. So don't rush to judgment on those guys. That's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, he's right. Like that whole thing, that was like the Bill Cosby and all that other stuff, like the 4 big ones, that was a predicate, because that wasn't just about like women not having your back. That was them rewriting the entire premise of like false allegations. Like the Bill Cosby case was specific because you remember when like his previous cases, there was those court cases were sealed by law. And so they literally said, hey, we're going to parade those old quote unquote people that were involved in the past ones, and we're going to unseal, basically broke the law to unseal this stuff to use it as proof.
That's what Judge Joe Brown said. And he said this whole thing with Bill Cosby was a kangaroo court, that even with evidence that he did it, they didn't even go by any legal procedures whatsoever. And here's the thing, this is why this whole M2 thing, it's not about justice, it's about revenge.
Yes, exactly.
That's all
like
it is. Revenge.
You remember the Brett Kavanaugh situation, right?
Yeah.
So after
same exact thing. Same exact
after
thing.
he got sworn in,
hold
right?
on, guys. Hold on. Guys, drop a like on the stream. It helps with all the algorithm. I appreciate that. What are you saying, Tactical?
But even so, after the Brett Kavanaugh situation, right? He got sworn in. They grilled him. They did the false allegation stuff, right? After that happened, right? I remember there was I think there was like a conference or something where it was like the lawyers that were representing Lazy Blasey Ford or whatever her name is, and they literally went on in the speaking lecture and said the whole purpose of what they did was that they wanted to change like the balance of power in regards to language, so that whenever someone's being appointed to a position or whatever the hell it is, if he's a man and he gets accused, there'll always be that asterisk
next to his name, even though if he's proven like completely innocent, there's always going to be that dark cloud under him. That was the whole freaking point of why they was doing all that stuff. Me Too was just a part
But
of
they-
that, but it's deeper than that.
They started this with Anita Hill with Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
Clarence Thomas was the test run. What they did to
Yeah,
Clarence Thomas.
I think that was a one. I think that was like a one shot. But right now, it's not just it's
No.
deeper than that. It's about it. Like I understand. I remember Terrence Thomas, right? But right now, the Me Too movement. Think about how all of it was built up. It wasn't just.
That was
wasn't just
no,
Me
but
Too.
Clarence Thomas.
It was listen and believe. It was listen and believe. Time's Up, and then Me Too. All of that was built as part of something bigger. To just, I'm going to go after the power structures with the men inside. I'm not saying that's not included in it, but I think that was just hey, we just need something to get at Clarence Thomas to make sure he doesn't get elected. But this was far deeper and far more structured than just, I'm going to go after this one dude and that's it.
Yeah, tactical. You're exactly right. And the problem is when we said this kind of stuff back then, like if I remember saying this stuff back then and I was by myself, no other man is gonna help you out and be like, hey, yo, you was right on that. You're gonna be like in a room saying this, and ninjas are gonna look at you like,
Facts.
stop talking. You know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of them are stupid. A lot of them are stupid. They don't know what the hell's going on. Like they don't understand a greater thing, the greater scheme that's popping off right now.
Well,
like they just
I
don't.
think that the issue with a lot of men, and especially a lot of these men, is that they think that somehow certain men are exempt from certain issues.
Exactly.
Guys, things like accusations, child support court, and this is an everyman issue. And even false accusations. There's even LDHD TV men that get falsely accused at work and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There are guys that like dudes, and some chick will say, "Oh, we'll try and talk to him, and he'll turn them down." And next thing you know, "Oh, what's in such was trying to get at me or whatever." He's like, "Dude, I don't even like women or whatever," and he's still in HR. So all these issues that we talk about in the red pill, the manosphere, people always try and act like, oh, well, this is just a blank issue. No, if you are a man, you have to watch out for all this stuff, period. So that's what we're going to watch a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to shut this bad boy down. But in the video about the girl whose date took her home, I was talking about black people and tipping. No, the lady who was slipping on the oysters, okay? Guys, is the race card out still? Hold on. Guys, I waited tables all through college, all right? Like for years and years. And I have to say it, I don't know why this is a thing, but Black Americans are the worst tippers there are. Okay? Especially tipping each other. I used to have black people that would run me like a dog and not tip me. And then come in the next day or the next week and tip all the white servers, but they would never tip me. And there's people on TikTok, who are black bartenders and servers who say the same thing, and it's sad that we do this to each other. You know what I'm saying? It really, really, really is sad. But anyways,
held on to.
But do you trust the process? Because there was supposedly a presumption of innocence, which you were
presumption of innocence. What's that? If it was up to these effinists and these wokey wokes, there would be no such thing. But here's the thing: they would think that that's a good thing until it happened to them. Then all of a sudden, oh no, what are we gonna do?
not enjoy. The fact is, social media crowd and everybody associated, including people in our own law enforcement, just assumed that you were guilty.
Of course, yeah, there's that angle. I say I had trust in the judicial process and the civil court process, but yeah, in the court of public opinion, it was not fair to be treated as guilty until proven innocent, basically.
They say you find out who your real friends are in times of times like this. Did you find out who your real friends are? Did you find out who your real friends weren't?
I didn't lose a single friend or family member through all of this. Everyone had my back, so I was very grateful for that.
As you as you look at this now, and we should say you're still having to, there's still a civil case going on with this. So the criminal charges were dropped, but there's a civil case.
Really?
Do you have any recourse against the other attorney? Is that an option for you? Or are you still working out the civil case? Because, I mean, we know the evidence has basically cleared you, according to the DA. So many people are asking, why is there still a civil case pending?
Because money. That's why. They want.
Why is she even asking
money.
that question? Why is she asking that question? Like it. You're right. It's about money. Like, some of these questions the people be asking is fucking stupid as shit.
You should have saw the other interviewer that was
Yeah,
interviewing him the
watching.
first time.
Yeah, I was watching
this is nicer compared to the other one, but they
That
still
other
be
guy.
asking those dumb questions.
That other guy.
Beta.
Are you
Yeah, it
telling
seemed
me
like-
that that there's girls that come up to you and want to have sex with popular football players after 15 minutes? Really? Is that an actual thing?
You know, people be shocked that like, oh, there's 17-year-olds at college. Yes.
Are you suggesting that there's young girls that want to sleep with popular football players?
How dare you?
It's like dealing with people who don't believe. It's like dealing with people who don't believe vampires exist or Dracula, but then it's like everybody else around you is a fucking vampire, and you're the only one. Like it's literally directly in front of your face. Like these people cannot be living under a rock.
Yeah, who
this
you
smart
tell
to
them?
not
Oh,
see it.
girls are throwing it around, are actually getting it more. Girls are more promiscuous and sexually active than guys now. They're more forward. If you are that guy, if you're NFL, you puncher Chad guy like this dude, you got draws just flying at you. My brother, he went to school down in Vegas. He went to UNLV. And one of his homeboys at the gym, he was one of the Thunder from Down Under guys. You know what I'm saying? The male strippers?
Yeah.
He said, if you think people think that guys are crazy in the strip club, he's like, no, women are 10 times worse. He said that the Thunder Down Under guys, they used to do like house parties, bachelor party. They had to go in pairs. You know how like cops in dangerous areas got to travel with a partner? They had to travel in pairs. Because these sick people, they would get so crazy, dude. And he said that he would bang more bachelorettes, dude. Like he would go to like a bachelor party, and they would bet, hey, if we give you an extra $1,000, will you bang the bride to be? And he was like, shoot, cash, check, or money order. Shoot, man. All right, here we go.
There are recourses I can countersue after, but the original lawsuit has to happen first.
It used to be these things were about truth and justice, but I think we certainly all here all know that now it's about what kind of case can you make.
Dude, this guy is based as fuck, dude. Give this guy a round of applause.
Yeah, he's trying to say what we're saying.
Hold on.
without,
Well, no one can hear you.
He's trying to say what we say. He's trying to say what we're saying, but without saying it directly. Basically.
Oh no, he's being direct. But he's probably so old that he's about to retire and get his pension. So he's like, I don't care.
I wonder what his female co-host is like thinking right now. Like, does she have any sons? Does she have a husband that's in the industry or something like that? Like, I wonder, do any of these women, are they like standing back and going like, I haven't really been seeing any of the crazy things that the narrative says about men, but every time, mind you, she's a reporter or whatever the hell, mind you, every time she's on, she's doing a case about a false allegation, something that's not being.
The funny thing about it is this whole M2 thing. It really, really, really does show how full of it that white, educated, middle class, upper middle class white women who are the most dangerous group in America. Okay?
The most privileged and the most dangerous.
Privileged and dangerous, because all this M2 stuff comes down on black men more than anyone else. Isn't that funny how that works? They're the same chicks that are wearing BLM shirts and have BLM signs on their front lawn will call HR or call the cops because they're so this black guy. You know what I'm saying? Clowns, they can be empowered and be victims at the same time.
Wait. I think Tactical Insider said something about these women, whether they have sons and going through this. Like, these women don't care. Like, they will support the sisterhood no matter what. Like, I've seen mothers like support all of this crazy stuff, and I'm like, your son can be caught up in this mess any day, and they're like, no, I don't care. Let's get justice, blah blah blah. Like, they don't care whether they have sons or.
A lot.
Are they saying that, William? Are they saying that like in the perspective of they believe the merits of the case, or is it like once the truth comes out, right, and they go, oh, is there like a cognitive dissonance? Like, hey, this was a lie, this was false in this particular situation. This could happen to my son, and on top of that, are they going, hey?
No, so I know that the lead attorney and though you guys remember I did the video on the guy who actually got the child support laws changed. The black dude, he got the laws changed and like
attorney test.
Both those guys. I mean, that guy, he has a consulting business for people who need to understand child support, and the lead attorney said this too. Most of the people that actually get like that guy with the child support, most of his clients are either mothers whose sons are going through child support court or custody court, divorce court. Their sons or their new husbands. Yes. They're actually, guys will be like, I'm getting screwed over, whatever. But women oftentimes, they don't understand how bad things can get until it affects them directly.
Here's the question though, and I say this I'm asking this to all the guys on the panel. Do you think it's because they see someone they care about that's going through it and they're going, oh, that's messed up? Or is it because of some sort of subconscious, like, oh my God, my meal ticket is about to be destroyed, so that's why I need to protect?
Yeah, what you said, the last, like, unless it directly affects that man's ability to provide and help and protect them, that's the only time that they'll be like, oh man, that's my opinion.
Even if I've seen women, like, even if it affects their meal ticket, they will still believe it. But a lot of these women, they don't actually read the cases. They don't look at the evidence. They look at the headlines. Like, these women don't actually go in depth and try to find the truth like what we do. So a lot of them, they read the headline and that's it. That's all they know about the case. They don't actually wait a year later to find out.
I think that they end up in a position to where their interests don't align with the narrative anymore. Instead of being the one drinking the milk in the house, they're in the barn milking the cows and shoveling cow shit. Then all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, this isn't fair. You know what I'm saying? Well, when you were drinking the milk on the other side, it was different. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about like when you're in that privileged position to where all the systems support you, you're in these rose-colored sunglasses and this bliss. But once you're on the other side, it's a big old shock to the system. Just like the video that I did for the lead attorneys talking to the woman whose boyfriend's ex-wife said that he raped his kids. You remember that?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, she's like, well, and she's gonna go to jail. He's like, no, she's not. Why wouldn't she go to jail? Like, she couldn't believe it. And then he's like, oh, he's gonna have an ankle monitor. An ankle monitor? Yeah. And this is gonna take two years. 2 years? Like, she couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
This is what we all know. Everyone on this panel, everyone in this chat knows this.
But she still won't change her beliefs though, because she wants that resource to exploitation of that resource to be available to her when it's her time to get paid.
I don't think that you remember the same video, because she was the one that was standing by her boyfriend and was talking about how unfair the system is and how they're getting a lawyer. She's in the fight now. Like, once you get, She had her red pill moment on that video. She has been red pilled.
I think she's an exception, not the rule. I've seen
No
girls.
one's saying that she's the rule. What I am saying,
okay.
the point of this conversation is saying that women get red pilled once somehow their interests go against what they've benefited from. Now that's rare, obviously. It's rare. But these mothers, these sisters, these aunts, these girlfriends, these fiancés, these wives, that's what it takes for them to get this red pill, is for them to have to be this close to it. Because there's no logical way that you can red pill them until they are smacked in the face.
You just said it's rare, but like millions of men are paying child support, but these same mothers still support these child support. Like I've spoken to women, like I speak to these mothers like, oh, do you think child support is fair? You know, your son's paying $2,000. She's like, oh no, it's not fair for him to pay. I'm like, no, in general, do you think child support is like a fair system? Like, oh yeah, men have to pay for. So they still believe in the same beliefs. They just hate it happens to them.
But
They won't change structural anything.
Yes,
they don't want to change anything structural.
The difference is it has to directly affect them. It has to,
even if it directly affects them, they don't want to do structural changes.
But here, there's no such thing as structural change.
I mean,
structural change. There's never gonna be structural change.
Yes,
there's too much money in it. No, there's too much money in it. So, like, see, I was on I was on a podcast once a while ago, and this guy, I think his name was like MGTOW Cowboy. Shout out to him. Check out his channel. Chris, can you drop the link to your channel?
Yeah, I got you.
MPA, drop the link to your channel. He was like, and we're gonna change. He's a great guy, but he's like ridiculously optimistic, right? And we're gonna change the laws. And I'm like, yo, I said, you're crazy, dude. You're crazy. It's never gonna change. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry as child support, and these judges get a piece of it. These attorneys, these senators, everyone gets a piece of it. And you think that these mostly men? It's a small group of men that are using women and the government to redistribute wealth from the rest of us men to them.
That's basically what it's about. Yep.
Yes. So, guys, the best thing that we can do is not take part in it whatsoever. Don't do it. Don't do it, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
You twist the facts
exactly
and convince a journey. I mean, that's become our legal system.
Facts.
I go back to that question: have you become jaded from all this?
I wouldn't say jaded, but I've learned a lot for sure. I've learned that at least when it comes to the public, that perception is reality, and it's almost as if the truth doesn't matter. Only what people can twist and
convince a jury.
Convince a jury.
You're just figuring that out now, dude.
Yeah, that's not a common. Well, yeah, that's not a common thing in the civilian
and that was
side.
yeah, that's what Tactical Insider say. So these women, they don't care about the evidence. It's all about the public execution. You go out in public, so they see the headlines. You know, GR. He was in this group, grapes, and that's it. And so he loses his job. And so even if like a lot of the same people who practically hanged his character are not gonna sit there and admit they were wrong, and they're not gonna come to his defense. And so these women, they don't care because they want this resource for when it's time for them to get paid.
Yep. Not arguing at all. But here's the thing. That's why you guys, we just don't play the game. They're gonna be on the field with their goofy little pads and their balls, and we'll just and they'll be on the field staring at each other, waiting for the game to start. You won't catch me out there. That's for sure.
Convince social media, honestly.
Yeah, well, we know it here.
I mean, you've talked about that, because I know in speaking with your attorney, it's a matter of you've said some of the NFL teams are a little apprehensive to still want to sign you because, you know, word usually gets out fast when somebody does something wrong, but when they've been cleared of doing something wrong, that word doesn't seem to travel as fast. Is that what you're experiencing? How is this process going to work trying to get back into the NFL?
A little bit, yes. As evidence came out throughout the whole process that very strongly pointed to my innocence, there wasn't as much of a social media
Fanfare,
storm as
yeah.
there was when everything first came out. So I definitely did experience a little bit of that. But I think things are turning around right now. There's been a lot of people clearly want to know the truth of this story and want to know about all the evidence.
Well, they're already waving the white flag. This offer of a $50,000 make it go away fee, which you reportedly have declined. Is that accurate?
Yes, absolutely.
To me, that's a surrender right there. They're waving the white flag. Why did you choose? You could be like
Jimmy James.
This guy.
Jimmy James.
Hold on, dude. This guy is a good interviewer, right here. He should have done an interview with this guy instead of that bumbling, knuckleheaded moron. So, if it's consensual like you said it was, right? And why would you ask if she was 18? And did you really think it? Did it really happen that you were having relations with this person after 15 minutes? And I mean, with all the consequences, do you think that you have accountability here? It's like, what kind of stupid questions are those?
Here's a question. What were the consequences though that he was talking about? What are the consequences that he was talking about?
Yeah, he was basically saying to Matt Araiza, he was saying, do you hold yourself accountable for any for getting kicked off the Bills and losing his contract and then this lawsuit and all this other stuff? And it's like, what kind of stupid question is that? He said, I hold myself accountable in saying, look, knowing where my life was headed, I probably shouldn't have been out at some college party, right? It's just not a good idea, which makes sense because look, if you're getting a $16 million contract, anything could have happened that night. He could have got hit by a car and had his leg broken. He could have someone could have spiked his drink with something. He could have got stabbed in a fight. You know what I'm saying? So you want just some yes. But as far as having all this extra stuff happen to him for something he didn't do, what kind of stupid question is that? That's just infuriating, So,
and move on with your NFL career, could you not?
It is a surrender. That amount for what is being claimed is absolutely ridiculous and unheard of. But to me, paying at this point, the damage has been done, and I believe settling is a form of admitting guilt. And that's not what I'm going to do because that's not the truth.
It was in the headlines this week that you filed a claim to reserve the right to have a lawsuit against San Diego State. Where are your feelings with San Diego State and the role that it played in your case?
Yeah, I don't plan to sue San Diego State at all. That claim was quite a while ago, and it's a very long ways away from being an actual lawsuit. But I do not plan on suing San Diego State.
Would you consider an offer from your opposing lawyer and the accuser if they said, "Hey, if you promise not to sue us, we'll drop this"? Would you accept that?
I will never waive my right to sue her attorney.
There it is, guys. There it is.
Burn it to the ground.
Give him a round of applause, guys. Give him a round of applause.
Burn it to the ground. Burn it to the ground.
That's what I do. I sue her for her and the attorney. Because her attorney is the one that basically thought, oh, here's some kid who just got signed to the NFL. We can get some money, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
He has done considerable damage to your name.
Yep.
So how do you move forward? I mean, is the Matt Araiza I knew as a high school athlete, is that kid going to be forever tainted by this as far as like you're going to be able to go out and be social, or are you always going to have this terrible tragedy in the back of your mind?
I'm a different person for sure. I think anyone would be going through this, but I can look myself in the mirror and I know that this isn't true, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only going to bank 304s overseas, Steve. It's only Colombianas for me.
He's gonna be like, I'm only gonna be partying in Thailand. No.
It would have been funny if he was real passive. If he was like, you know what, Steve, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm planning to do a lot of traveling and get my passport. Just that's it, drop it.
Dude, that'd be such a big dub for the Passport Bros if they did,
straight
if he did
up.
that.
Straight up, dude.
Certainly. Matt, I asked your attorney this, and I'll ask you in your own words. You talk about lessons learned from this and how this experience has changed you. Is there a message for other young athletes out there from what you've experienced?
Yeah, don't sleep with these 304s.
Straight up, dude.
No,
Passport.
let it continue. I want to hear his answer.
Yeah.
Feel is important to share?
Oh, you have to be incredibly careful. I mean, anything can change your life and derail your career.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Straight up.
So just be incredibly careful.
Imagine you wish you had gone bowling that night, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
What
That
is
is
the
so
immediate next step
boomer.
for you? Is there any news you can share with us on the agent front in brokering deals in the NFL?
He's been in contact with a couple teams. Right now, I'm just staying in shape because the call could come at any moment. You don't get much of a heads up. Could be on a plane any day here and having to perform for my job and my career the next day. So that's on my mind.
The feeling is that the civil suit has to be decided one way or the other before you're going to be able to start kicking in the league. Has that been spoken to you, or is that just a feeling that pundits like ourselves are?
I wouldn't say that's 100% true. I think if a team, I mean, with all the evidence, it's pretty clear what happened that night, and it's pretty clear who's going to win this civil lawsuit. So I wouldn't say that's necessarily true. I think teams are just waiting.
In a perfect world, would you want to go back to Buffalo, or do you feel like the way that was handled that you'd like to try one of the other teams?
Guys, I just dropped the link to my second channel. So guys, make sure you are subscribed over there.
I'll go to any of the 32 teams. That doesn't matter to me.
You just want to kick the football.
I just want to kick the football.
Well, Matt, thank you so much. It takes a lot of courage to get up here and talk about this kind of a situation.
Man.
So appreciate you coming here first and having the conversation with us. And we hope you'll come back and keep us updated on the career.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for making us first. All right.
Guys. The fact that he had to go through all this, guys, send the asteroid. Send it, dude.
I mean, it's really hard to say because a lot of people just say, "Oh no, don't be messing with 304s." But look, like I've been in certain positions in life where you gotta see the 304s how they throw themselves at these people.
Facts.
If you gotta like you have to see it first. Like it's not you gotta be with the dude. I've been with plenty of dudes where I'm in that entourage or I know this direct person. And I knew a guy personally in high school. He had two of the prettiest girls as his girlfriends. He was like, okay, I can just make you two. These are the people I grew up with. And you see, and then once you go to college, because I was with the athletes in the athlete dormitory, they're literally throwing themselves at you. So it's hard to just say, oh, just don't mess with these 304s. It's just more of you gotta just tell these athletes, you guys might have to go the Leonardo DiCaprio route where you're paying some sugar baby just to get your rocks off if you want it that bad, or like you say, travel, get your rocks off at another country, because it's just hard to just tell a young male 18, 19, 20, 21 years old that are like the women are just throwing themselves at them. It's a layup. It's not even a layup. It's like a
I don't really say like if they hire like an escort, that's not like really dealing.
No, I'm not saying
that's like a business decision.
I'm not saying an escort. I'm not saying just there are.
No, I want them to. I want them to make it professional, make it legal.
Oh, you mean just make it legal?
I go into the extreme a bit. Like I think a lot of the stuff that we see right now, what we have to do as dudes collectively, whatever, no matter what walk of life you come from, we have to, and I've said this on other channels, we have to set down some basic common freaking rules on how to deal with the modern women. Like legit. Gone are the days where dudes is horn dogs, right? And they messing with some. I had a friend, right, who went after anything, right? He was always trying to get into some chick that was like, I'm bi and I'm dating this girl, and she's an out and about lesbian and all this stuff, and he was feeding just to get into a pants because that's how he was. Like we need to all of these situations that we could possibly get into. Like, oh yeah, yo, oh I like you and your friend or whatever. Y'all want to do something later? Nope. Sorry. Have a good day. Goodbye. Like all of these situations that look like traps, we need to teach dudes, yo, this shit is a fucking trap. If it's not set in a certain way, in a certain type of environment, right?
Keep going, guys. I'll be back in a second. Just keep on going.
Like if it's not, the old school, like, hey, you go to a lounge or something like that, or if you know what I mean, you talk to a girl at a party, you get her number, you take her on a date legitimately, and you figure out what type of person she is. Don't go for the easy layup. Don't go for the easy whatever. Like legitimately, like vet these chicks and don't go into situations where it's easy freaking sex. Period.
Are you saying booty calls are canceled? Because that's my thing.
Look. I mean, look. Some of us we get it or we don't, but the problem is that's how we get caught. That's how we're getting hemmed up is because this is their power. We run up and be like, oh, I'll be picking chicks up left and right and this and that, and I'll be getting on the Twitter and whatever the hell it is to pick these chicks up. And what happens? A couple days later, you find your name being called up on the 7 o'clock news about some freaking sexual assault case. That's literally how we have to be stone cold killers in this shit. And we got to teach dudes like, yo, y'all need to start like paying attention to what's going on. Try to follow these rules so that way you don't get caught up in some crazy shit.
Yeah,
that's my 2 cents.
Like, I agree with that too. But it's so like because this happened to me personally. I remember this was back when I was in college, where I turned down a girl for sex, and then all of a sudden she made up something about me, about me not liking women or something like that. And I was just like, I just turned down one girl for sex, and then this happened to me again a couple years later after that, way after college, because I dropped out after my second year. But basically, that happened to me again, just like we go, you go clubbing with work colleagues, which I will never do that again. You know what I mean? So
Chris, you went clubbing with work colleagues? Oh, bless your heart.
Oh no, for like I said, I don't do that. I don't do that again. I turned down one girl. She got a little drunk. Somebody I work with, and I was just like, no, I don't. My reason, I told her I don't mess with drunk chicks. When sometimes it puts you, especially because in my case, when girls are coming up to me, they in their mind they think they're doing me a favor. So I turned them down.
Like it's slam dunk.
So I turned them down. Then all of a sudden, I'm getting these rumors about me again, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me.
Yep.
So it's also managing that part. You know what I mean? Like now for me, that's just a story for me, so I can just tell people I really don't care about that. But I try to if out because some people get brokenhearted or just torn up about just the rumor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, letting people know what you said, Tactical, how to manage that, how to say no, or just, just managing all of that.
Avoid those situations.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Keep your head down and go home.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, man. Shoot,
the other case that I was going to bring up is Michael Irvin, because he's suing the Marriott and he's suing his accuser. And what do I always say, guys, press charges. If she puts her hands on you, if she keys your car, if she won't leave your house, if she's stalking you at work, press charges.
Yo, I got so many girls stalking me at work once.
Were they all hot Latin chicks? William
Stein? Oh, I've seen it.
Hey, yo, guys, I'm gonna have 5-0 and 304s on Thursday. William, one of them's your type, buddy.
Let's go.
Stay tuned, buddy. Stay tuned. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna shut this down. Final words. We'll go Chris, Tactical, and William.
Yeah, just like Corey Holcomb said, what happened to Bill Cosby, what happened to R. Kelly can happen to you if you're fornicating with women that don't have your back. Matt Araiza's case, I talked about this last year. Low key, not Matt Araiza, but DJ Academics. talking about how college dudes do not check the IDs of the people that they're partying with. This is why they get caught up a lot. DJ
Facts.
Academics caught a lot of flack for that.
Mhm.
And I actually came to his defense, even though I don't like that ninja at all. But
Why does he call himself a DJ anyways? He doesn't do any rap or any. What does he even do? He doesn't make beats. He doesn't even DJ.
It's a cool hip hop name. It's part of the culture. That's it.
He just causes trouble, and he's a troll, but he doesn't really stand on his trolling. That's why I don't really have a lot of respect for him. But I came to his defense last year.
I know who he is, but it's just funny that he calls himself DJ Academics when this ninja doesn't DJ.
It's just a cool. It's a cool hip hop name, just like Grandmaster B from fucking what do you call it? Mirror Children, but
Grandmaster B. Facts, dude. Yeah, Grandmaster B. Yeah.
So guys, I always say just if you hear the information, just don't act like it's far fetched. Because when DJ Academics said it last year, he said the college people, they don't check the IDs, and I'm like, he's right.
Doesn't someone on this panel either lives in Texas or you used to live in Texas? Who is that?
I used to live in Texas.
Oh no,
What
I live
part
in
again?
Texas.
Wait,
I used to live in Texas.
Where?
Near Fort Hood.
Okay. And then William, you're in Texas too?
Yeah.
Now you guys, I used to live in San Antonio. Yo, if these chicks talk to you in the bar, you gotta ask for ID. Straight up, dude. You guys know it. Straight up. Any Hispanic broad with tatas, they'll just let in there. I was like, whoa, because I was in the bar, right? And these girls, man, they will let 16, 17-year-olds in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute, there's
because it's a I think what is it? 6th Street. You who is it? William? You in Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6th Street.
I'm in Dallas.
It's like that's
in
Dallas.
Austin.
That's in
Austin.
Austin. Okay, yeah.
Austin,
So
But
man.
like usually, like they corner off that area and they just allow it's a college area. So
but
most
even
of these kids are
in
probably
San
like 17
Antonio,
on the
though,
dot.
there's so many like young Hispanic chicks who just have their tatas out and they just let anyone in the bars in that city. It's crazy. Like there are girls while walking in. I'm like, there's no way that girl is like 18 even, and she's dos cervezas, por favor.
Check IDs, man. Check IDs.
That's my Duolingo for the day.
I see these girls all the time, bro.
Yeah, they're young when they walk up to the bartender and they're like, "All right, what you want?" And you'd be like, "Can I get the blue drink with the umbrella, please?"
Do that, and I literally just get up and just like go to the second part. I'm not even gonna have the cameras next to me.
Tactical.
Yeah. So all the dudes on the panel, anyone listening, watch your back. It's time to go old school in regards to your morals and ethics, right? Not particularly because you're good people per se, but because right now in this day and age, those rules will help to protect you. Don't jump in bed with any random chick. Don't jump for any easy sex. If a chick is like, yo, she did a 4-way with a bunch of dudes from a baseball team, and she's trying to present that shit to you with your boys, say no, walk away. Legit. Set down some rules for yourself. Take a piece of paper and a pen, write down, these are my 5 rules that I'm going to follow in order to avoid situation like this. Number 1, don't hang out with your work buddies and go to a bar where there's a bunch of females that work with you, right? Number 2, don't go for threesomes and foursomes with random chicks that you just meet. You know what I mean? Number 5, if the chick has more than 10, you know what I mean? You get the idea. Set some rules down for yourself, as well as talk to your boys and your friends about the rules that they have for themselves. So that way, when you're hanging out, when you're partying, you're chilling, you protect yourselves from any of these crazy women, because these modern day chicks are wild as hell. And that's all I got to say.
Facts.
William.
Yeah, I mean, my go-to is I have like a body microphone that really records everything I say throughout the day, and I'm able to upload that to my Apple ID. But I think people should start just recording their conversations with people, and if you can video record, the better. But like for men nowadays, you got to make sure every interaction is really with women. Like no girl in my job talks to me without me already having either my microphone recording or my phone recording, because like I'm not gonna be caught sleeping up and she can say anything to HR. Like, and most of the recordings you can kind of tell like the body language and stuff, and they're usually short, but and also just uh yeah, I need these girls. Any place you go to, it's in Texas. It's bad. I think it's one of the worst states. I think when with these bars, when it comes to just letting anybody go in. Seattle was better, but yeah, I also had no Latino, so yeah, that
and they
hurt.
also, I mean, come on, look, Seattle 10, it's like a Dallas 6. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
except for the Asian girls, Seattle doesn't have any pretty girls.
But the Asian girls had such huge egos because they knew they were not like they were attractive compared to the other
all
girls.
the hottest girls in Seattle. Okay, here you go. Because all the pretty white girls that are pretty in Washington State moved to LA.
Yeah.
Right. And then just like in the same way how like if you all the girls that in college that have real majors, science, technology, engineering, math, whatever, are actually like Asian girls, Indian girls, and like African girls whose parents are like, you're gonna go to school and you're gonna get a good major. Other than that, you don't see American girls actually majoring in anything worth a damn, right? But like, it's the same way. But yeah, guys, well, I can tell you this much. Guys, be careful, and honestly, like just like that young kid that I told you guys at the gym, where he had the girl do the accusation against him. And he was not understanding. He was like, well, she lost because now, everyone knows that she's a 304. Like, I'm like, dude, you're like bragging that somehow she tried to get you arrested and ruin your entire life, but her parents found out that she'd been sleeping with guys is somehow proper punishment for what she almost tried to do. Do you see how oblivious he was? I'm like, dude, you're the luckiest man I've ever met.
Yeah,
you were the luckiest guy that I've ever met. So you have no clue how screwed you almost were. Somehow, by whatever out there is, you made it through that false accusation at a college with no negative repercussions at all. Clown world. And this is why the red pill is needed. Because guys, stuff that all of us know as common knowledge, there's guys out there that are effing clueless.
Oh yeah. Millions.
The whole courtroom madness thing where these guys walk into the court and then in a child support court or family court, and they think, dude, you're doomed, bro. You're doomed.
If you're in child support court, you're already gonna be
bend over because you're gonna lube it up. You know what I mean?
If you don't know the laws before you walk into that courtroom, like do not stick your body parts to girls who don't have kids in America. But by the time you walk in that courtroom, you're just give up.
Yeah. So guys, I think next Sunday. So Thursday's going to be 50 and 304, unless I find some crazy one, and then I usually do impromptu live streams on those. But guys, but next Sunday, I think that we're gonna, since we talked about fat studies, right? We're gonna talk about these 304s, college debt, and crazy college degrees. So, guys, your homework, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is write down all the craziest degrees that you can find. in which schools that there are. And if you can, guys, you can even go to schools and get the curriculums and write down the craziest classes that you can find. So, guys, try and bring like 2 or 3 of the craziest degrees and from the craziest schools. And then if you can, get the tuition of that it would cost to get that degree, guys. And we're gonna go over girls that regret having their degrees on and stuff, like TikTok stuff, and then where the economists think this is going. So next Sunday, send the asteroid. Student loans, dumbass degrees, and women crying about it. All right. So, well, once again, guys, check out the second channel. That's 50 and 304s, guys. And
all right, gentlemen,
you guys know I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate the support. And yeah, guys, I'm out of here.
All right, take care, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Peace.
Have a good one, guys.
Take care, guys.